Welcome, everyone. It's that day. It's that time. At least for me, it's Friday, almost 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So wherever you are, write this day down in your calendar, mark it in your Google or Apple calendars, and remember to join us at this time. Well, I'm usually not on 2 minutes before 6 or whatever top of the hour it's about to be for you. That's when I usually start. So this is what we do every Friday, or in some of you guys, it's Saturday. This is what we do every week at this time, wherever you may be. We, as vegans, gather together as the self-proclaimed leader of the vegan cult. Yes, veganism is a cult, and I have walked in and assumed the responsibilities and duties as the vegan cult leader. And this is our weekly vegan cult meeting. It's hard for me to say this all with a straight face, knowing that I just did that video about Timothy Sheaf, where he actually is in a vegan cult, and who knew? Anyway, guys, so welcome. This is the vegan live stream that's not hosted by a sociopath, a narcissist, or a grifter. And I think if we all think in our minds and think about all the different various vegan influencers out there, you probably can all think of a vegan sociopath, a vegan narcissist, and a vegan grifter. Maybe not one person who has all three of those, but maybe so. If you do know some, you can share that with me in the chat. But let's not do this to like bag on people or be mean or anything like that. But no, instead of either of any of those attributes, you have a simple person like myself who's not doing this to promote myself. I'm not doing this out of some kind of narcissism. I'm not doing it because I think I'm God's gift of veganism, and anything I say, all vegans must follow. Not one of those guys. I'm doing this for the animals and to spread awareness about veganism, and also to create vegan community, which I think we've created a really beautiful one here. So if you have any friends who don't know about our wonderful vegan community that gathers here at this time on Fridays or Saturdays, depending where you're at, let them know. Let them know what a wonderful place we have here where we hang out and discuss any and all things veganism, and do it with an open mind, an objective and open mind. And this is also a place where if you're not vegan, if you're open to veganism, if you're vegan curious, you can come here and learn. You have the combined wisdom of like decades, if not probably centuries, once you accumulate all our combined vegan experience together. I have over 12 years of experience, just myself alone. And once you get everyone in the live chat, we have a lot of experience that we can share with you guys, especially if you're newer and have questions. If I don't know the answer, I'm not going to BS you. Again, I'm not a grifter. I'm not a narcissist. I'll let you know if you're asking me something that I have no knowledge about. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a scientist or anything like that. I'm a simple music producer. Been doing that since the 90s. And I went vegan in 2010, and I've picked up a lot of stuff since then, made like 1,500, I should check, maybe close to 2,000 videos by now since I started our YouTube channel back in 2013. So, anyway, and also if you're anti-vegan, as I put in the title, you can come here and tell me why you hate veganism, or why you hate me just because I've decided to not eat animal products. Why does that give you the right, the entitlement to hate me because of a choice I made about my life that really doesn't really affect you in any way, shape, or form? So I'm going to hear from people like you too to try and understand what goes on in the minds of these hateful people that are bigoted towards vegans. So I say we're gathering a lot of people here as I'm rambling. So if you've asked any questions early on, I forgive. Please forgive me. I can't forgive myself, but please forgive me because I probably didn't see any of your comments here. So I'm looking right now. What's that, Timothy? Right? People would think I lost my mind if I went purple or green here. Hey, do what you want, Timothy. You can do whatever you want. You're a free person living in a free country. Fu Man, Ryan doesn't have red or purple here. I have colored lights behind me. I think that's what Angie said back there. You have a red. You can kind of see the ground behind me there. See how the ground is red? That's not like it's a brown. It's this color of hardwood, natural, clear hardwood, no tint or anything, just clear wood. So it looks purple in here. So yeah, this is a music studio. This room's got vibe. This room is meant to be cool and chill and pretty and aesthetic and inspiring. So I just leave the same lights on here for my video productions as I do with making videos. For me, it's all one room here, one room of creativity. No need to like change it over for vegan content. This is what I do. I'm a music producer. Like I said, this is what I've been doing. That's what I do. Hey, Milo and Pahoa. I was just looking at some places earlier today on the islands. Yeah, I was looking at places. There's this, oh man, a few places I saw today that blew my mind. Actually, I saw a place on the west side of Oahu. I didn't really never wanted to live out there, but I saw a really cool place out there. But anyway, I'm still not moving anytime soon. Still getting my thing together. And but what are you doing out there in Hawaii? You're listening to Love Spirals all the time. And I really wish we could come to the Veg Fest out there this July. But yeah, we're just not ready to travel yet. Like I said, biggest problem is no cat sitter, but I'm working on it. I'm working on trying to get one of our relatives to do it. She's like in between education goals and jobs right now, so she might be able to come watch her house for a bit. Travis, am I looking at homes on lava zone? It's a complicated thing on the Big Island. There's 9 lava zones. You don't want to live in zones 1 or 2. Those are just a matter of if not when. Anything 3 and up is deemed to be pretty safe, deemed by insurance companies to be pretty safe. So yeah, lava zone 3 and up is what we're looking at. Definitely not 1 and 2. That's just too much of a risk. Let's see. Julia, hello, you're new to veganism. Awesome. Good place you've come here. I do it for both ethical and health reasons. You have been diagnosed with reactive hypoglycemia. What plant-based food should I eat to keep your blood sugar stable? Again, I'm going to emphasize, I'm not a medically trained person in any way, shape, or form. Other vegan YouTubers would BS you right now. Is it Julia? Let me see. Was that your name there, Julia? Others would just pretend they know the answers to this stuff, and they have zero training in health, zero training in nutrition, dietetics, nothing, never treated patients. And I'm not going to pretend. I have no experience in that. So if anyone has a answer or experience, like I'll share things that I've actually experienced myself. I've ever had your condition and I've treated it with a vegan diet, I would let you know flat out what I do. But yeah, since that's something I've never experienced and no one close to me as a vegan has, I'm not going to BS you. But let me know if anyone in the chat has anything that you'd like to share with Julia, because it'd be great if someone knows, anything that you can share. So let's see. I see Wesley. Julia, my wife basically cured her reactive hypoglycemia by going whole food plant-based. Well, Julia, if that's the case, that's what our book is. The Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. It's whole food plant-based, oil-free, whole food plant-based recipes by my beautiful and extremely talented chef of a wife, Angie. And I use the word chef loosely. She doesn't like that term because these are not complicated recipes. These aren't like fancy foods to prepare for a feast for your friends for a special occasion. No, we eat every day, right? That's what you got to do as a vegan. You got to eat every day. And these are foods that you can make. I mean, these are foods we make. This is really like a food diary of our lives since like 2016 or something like that. So if you like, Julia, let me find you a link to our web store, and I'll okay, we're not reading the definition of vegan right now, but I will take you to our store. Here it is. You can get the ebook, you can get the print book. Someone just ordered a print book yesterday, so that means I need to go to the post office really soon. So here anyway, our books. But what I'm saying is we can sign it for you, we'll autograph it for you if you like, Julia, and you will get it shipped really soon. I'll most likely be going to the post office on Monday. Today's Friday. And yeah, there's no holidays on Monday, so yeah, let me know. But this is, whole food plant-based. If that's going to help out reactive hypoglycemia, give it a shot. And even if it doesn't, it's still a quite healthy way to eat. It sounds like you're vegan for ethical reasons, but you want to do it in a healthy way for various reasons. I understand. I'm older. I want to be as healthy as I can, so I'm not going to be a junk food vegan at age 55. So yeah, let us know if you want to get that, and we will sign it for you. And most people here in the live chat have it already, and they can attest that it is a quality book. Let's see, Fu Man Poo, one of your twins stole that cookbook from you. I didn't know you had twins, Fu Man Poo. Awesome. Well, get a new one, Fu Man. Lol. Do we have is this serious? Aging a decade isn't healthy. Well, what's the alternative to that, lol? Like over a decade. How do you not age a decade over a decade? The only way I can logically find that would be the case is if you were dead. Like if you died and a decade ago, yeah, you couldn't age over a decade. Yeah. So if you have a point law, are you that person that comes every Friday and makes up new accounts with new YouTube accounts and trolls us? Because trolling is one of the things we don't allow on our live stream. Here are the basic rules of successfully not getting in trouble on our live stream. Oops. 1 second here. Here they are. Here's our rules. Basically, rule number 1, be kind, be civil. You don't have to kiss my ass, but just be civil. You know, just don't say hateful, harassing things. Rule number 2, no spamming or trolling. So if you're here to troll, we will deal with you. Okay, if you have a serious question, please ask. But if your intent is to troll just with stupid comments, making up new user accounts every 5 minutes to troll, we'll ban you and we'll keep banning you. Because I always say it takes us a half second to ban an account, and it probably takes you a lot longer than half of a second to go through the process of creating a new YouTube account. And rule number 3 applies to if you're trying to debunk veganism, which we're not dealing with yet. Let's see. So, what else is going on? Hey, Captain Plantbeard. Yeah, you were at the live premiere. Was it yesterday? Was it right? Yeah, we told you to come back on Fridays. This is what we do. So I'm glad you came. So you say, hey Ryan, ever heard of Dr. Sean O'Mara? Not ringing a bell. He's a carnivore. No, right there. No, I don't follow any carnivore people who measures visceral fat via MRI. He's claiming he measured a thin vegan's visceral fat, and he had a lot. He's now using that as an argument against vegans. Well, he said a vegan. He measured a vegan. Like that one person that this doctor measured the visceral fat of, this one person represents all vegans. I mean, that's stupid. I'm sure I could go find some chubby dude at random outside and get his MRI measured, his fat measured via MRI, and say he has a high percentage of body fat. Let's just say it's like 20% or something like that. So hey, there's an argument against being non-vegan. There's an argument against eating meat. This guy eats meat. He has a high percentage of body fat. Case closed, because I found one guy at random on the street. That's just completely stupid. I mean, is that supposed to be some kind of science, or is it just stupid? Because that's a study of one person. How can you generalize from one human to the entire population of vegans? I mean, any doctor should know this. They're being disingenuous if they think this proves anything, because this is not how science works. This is how stupid grifters work. And they think their audience is too dumb to understand that distinction. Anyway, I know, right? You're saying literally just one person. Now he claims that's all vegans. No, this guy must know his science. If he's a doctor, he has to know how the scientific method works. This is not science in any way. He found one random guy. Tell the guy, hey, we'll go find some random chubby meat eater guy, put his body fat out there for all to see, and debunk meat eating based on one random chubby guy. See, this is completely just dumb grifting. Anyway, is Law even still with us? Hey, Uncle, how's it going, Uncle? Good to see Uncle here. If Law's still here trolling us, just block him, Uncle, or Angie. I think it's that guy that makes the same account every week, so just block him. You know, again, if someone wants to come here as a non-vegan or even an anti-vegan and state an actual point, maybe even an argument, perhaps, that'd be totally awesome. Give us some kind of tangible example, but if you're just going to troll us, again, we don't tolerate trolling here. It violates rule number 2. Wow, what's going on there, Diablo? Who's that? Shot down a Russian helicopter inside of Russia? Who shot down a Russian helicopter inside of Russia? Was it a Ukrainian thing or what? Let's see. I don't know what that is. What is PRI? I'm kind of not too up on the like Russia-Ukraine war situation. Wow, I don't even know what that is. A military division in Russia? Wow, you know way more about what's going on there. Well, I'll check out the news later on, Diablo. I'm sure that sounds like a pretty big story, so I'll read more about it later. I'll educate myself in these matters here. Graven, these trolls make you want to troll. Where's another troll here? Annoying but morally consistent. Leave it to vegan phobes to pick an outlying data point, meaning one random guy, right? And try to run with it. Yeah, I found one random chubby vegan guy. So all vegans guys are chubby. Yeah, that makes zero sense, zero science. It's just completely disingenuous. So do we have any trolls right now? You guys are telling me there are trolls here. I think Lol is gone. If he's not gone by now, I'll make him gone. But if we have any other trolls here, please announce yourself. Let me know if you have a question to ask me, the vegan cult leader, and the guy running this live stream right now. Ask. But if you're just here to screw around and just get people distracted, get a hot dog and fries, buddy boy. Well, I just had fries, Ace. And if you want to look at my Instagram, I ate some freaking awesome hot dogs the other day at IKEA. Look at these things. They're like $1. I like how IKEA doesn't give you the vegan tax. Some places make you pay more. Like the donut place we go to makes a vegan tax. It costs more to buy vegan donuts than the non-vegan donuts. Makes no sense. But here, IKEA. Ooh, I'm a cat. Thanks for the super chat tip there, Seawolf EC. Thank you so much for the first and hopefully not last super chat tip of the day, Seawolf EC. But right here, Ace, perfect example of a vegan hot dog. They have I was gonna say, I was thinking of their meatball thing they have there too, but no, this is awesome. These are delicious. I love these. These are my favorite vegan hot dogs. I've had really expensive vegan hot dogs. Disneyland has some for like $8-9, some dollar here, like maybe $1.25. I think it went up after COVID inflation or something like that. Still cheap AF, delicious AF, filling AF. So yeah, there's no reason in 2023 to give up any foods like Ace thinks. Poor Ace thinks I haven't had hot dogs. I'm vegan. Like, hell no. I had 4 hot dogs, bro. I mean, this is delicious. This is my most recent post on Instagram. So yeah, you don't have to give up anything except cruelty and exploitation, animal abuse, all that. But as far as foods, you don't have to give up anything in 2023. When I first went vegan, oh man, I'll never eat Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia again. Nope, you can eat that now. They have a dairy-free version now. Maybe fish food was your thing. They got a dairy-free version of that. You want hot dogs? We got all kinds. We have cheap ones. We want burgers, pizzas. I just had a vegan pizza last night out at downtown Disney. So there's nothing that you have to give up as a vegan except cruelty and exploitation. Yeah, Joseph Logan, so many vegan options. So thanks for having us bring that up, Ace Jackson, by asking that question. Yeah, 2023, it's officially the case. It doesn't suck being vegan. There's just no excuse not to give up your dead animal products, because saying, oh, I really need my thing. Well, that thing exists now in vegan form, and it's probably really delicious. Oh, we have a poop waller. Who's our problem person here? Let me know, Diablo, or who is throwing poop on the wall right now? Let me look for their comment. Let's see. Angie just sent me. Wait, okay. I'm not seeing it. Who is? Do we have a troll of some kind, or someone throwing poop on the wall? Let me know. Graven says, I've heard meat eaters can't poop. That's why they're always talking so much poop. Yeah, who's the poop waller? Let me know. I'm going to turn the AC on here. Veganism Debunked. Ryan's warm with all his computers and monitors here. A dude named Ron. That's your governor. Do we have a poop thrower named poop waller named Ron as well too? Yeah, Allison, it baffles me that people still think there's not literally thousands of foods that vegans can eat. First of all the plants, all the things in the produce section, And then the dry stuff like beans and rice, and then all the various vegan processed packaged foods too that are various degrees of process. Some are very minimally processed, some are very processed. But anyway, yeah, it's becoming more embarrassing for them as time goes on. Exactly. The poop baller is lol. I don't even see lol anymore. Didn't lol get blocked by someone? Because I am not seeing any of lol's comments anymore. So let me know if there's someone else or if you guys are still seeing lol, but I am not seeing them. How come you guys can see it? Dr. Bear sees it. Maybe you should ask lol why he thinks science is woke. That is trolling. I don't want to go down that path. You know, that's just complete nonsense trolling. Science is woke. Well, I mean, if you don't believe in science, then just turn off your phone or computer, because how do you think human beings figured out how to manipulate quantum particles, i.e. electrons, to make your digital devices run? Did they do it through mysticism and magic, like Harry Potter did some stuff or something? Religious mysticism did it or something? No, science did it. So if you totally believe science sucks, turn off your computer, because we'd have no way to control quantum particles through mysticism and magic. Science is woke. Well, yeah, we need science to do some things, yeah. Like have digital technology. It's the reason why digital technology didn't exist before, scientific method really got invented. Hey, Vegan for Kindness, thank you so much for our second super chat tip of the evening. Much appreciated there. Hey, Ryan, thanks for everything, man. What does your diet look like? You look amazing, legend. Thank you. Hey, I'm 55. You can take whatever you want from that. Actually, I'll be 56 in just a hair over a month. Really scary. That's cool though. I'm working right now in my workouts to slam dunk. So I'm hoping to slam dunk a little bit after I turn 56, so I can have that checked. Because I was doing the same time last year, working out, so I'd slam dunk a little bit after I turned 55, successful, and now I'm doing the same thing for 56. What do I eat? It looks like our book, man. Seriously, I'm not trying to pimp our book here, but this is what we eat day in and day out. Yeah, of course we go out to restaurants from time to time, and they don't serve our food there, obviously. Our food is just whole food plants. Like, let me show you something we have every week here. Just the first recipe from the book here. Tuscan kale pilaf. You got white beans. Take your favorite pick, cannellini or any kind of white bean. Some kind of wild rice mix. It doesn't have to be wild rice. You can have plain brown rice. Got some kale in here, some sun-dried tomatoes, and mushrooms. I mean, yeah, we have this at least once a week. Just simple whole food plants. Vegan for Kindness. So yeah, if you're interested, I'll put the link down one more time for our book, because someone earlier I thought could benefit from it. Here's our website. Oop, that's not our website. Yikes. Let's see. Here is our book, and here is our website, shop.happyhealthyvegan.org. You can get the print book. We'll sign it for you. I'm going to take new orders to the post office on Monday because we have a couple right now. Hopefully we'll get some more tonight for new books. If you want, you can get the ebook, download that automatically. We have both the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook and the older Keep It Carb Baby as an ebook only right now. But we still have print books of the one I just showed you there. The latest, greatest one, the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. So anyway, let me get back to y'all over here. And I have too much brightness coming off this monitor. All right, cool. Dr. Bear loves the corn chowder and potato leek soups from the HHV cookbook, the Happy Healthy Vegan cookbook. Yeah, the soups are delicious. Yeah, as you saw on a recent vlog, Angie made us the split pea soup, and that's maybe my favorite one of them all. I love my legumes. Yes, they are my legumes. Yeah, Timothy, you're like us, huh? You eat the Tuscan kale pilaf weekly. And thanks, Uncle. Yeah, if I may say so, I agree with you. It's a great cookbook. It's our life. It's, again, like a food diary that we turned into a recipe book for you guys, for everyone. Steve, drink because it's Friday night. Let's drink to that. Let's hit the drink here. I got a little bit of rosé here from our Temecula Wine Country vlog that just came out yesterday, was it? Yeah, we got 2 bottles. I think we showed you 1 bottle of rosé and 1 a white wine. Anyway, this is it. This is the rosé. A little bit left. We had it a few nights ago. It's been in the fridge. And every time we have to show the definition of veganism tonight, like say, right here, I will hit the bell and drink. So you guys can get your drinks out if you want. Usually I'm just having water. Not promoting alcohol abuse or anything, but this is a little tiny cup here for a guy that weighs almost 200 pounds. So this is, this is child's play. This is not going to like cause any problems in my life or anything like that. Just a little way to enjoy the first days of summer here. And it's nice that the sun's finally come out. It's been the cloudiest, coldest time I've ever seen in Southern California since I've lived here for pretty much my whole life. Yes, rosé. All right. You got some wine there too, Chris? Awesome. Let's see. So let me take some questions. Yeah, Pinot Noir is delicious too, thinking out loud. Unfortunately, it's a more sensitive grape. It doesn't grow well in too many places in Southern California. The best Pinot Noir that I know of in California is in Northern California and close to the coast. Hey, Cameron, someone just bought our ebook. So if you're watching right now, Cameron, awesome. Too bad you didn't buy the print book. We can't autograph the ebook, but thanks just the same for buying the ebook of the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. Thank you. Yeah, Cameron. All right. I was gonna say, the best Pinot Noir I've ever had is from areas that are in Northern California and not too far from the coast. The further inland you go into the valleys, it gets a little too warm for the Pinot Noir grapes to really, be magical. But we were in Temecula, way too hot for Pinot Noir. So they just have a mix of different grapes to produce the rosé, and that's what rosé is. It's not a varietal. It's just a mix of. There's no one way to make rosé. You can make it with any number of different grapes, and everyone's got their own blend to make rosé. And I like a rosé that's very quaffable, really light, not heavy. Just something you can sip, and it's cool. Oh, Seawolf, thanks for the third super chat tip of the evening, Seawolf EC. Let's see, what's that? You started eating rare fish again due to social pressures after 5 or 6 weeks of being vegan? Wife, my consciousness tells me it's wrong. Cheers. Do you want any advice or my thoughts on that, Seawolf? You didn't have to leave a super chat tip for that, but sorry to hear that. I mean, if your wife respects you as an individual, all right. There's the sound for the super chat. That all right. Anyway, I was gonna say, ask your wife, hey, can you respect my decision? It has nothing to do with you. I'm going vegan for personal reasons. I'm against animal cruelty and exploitation, and I hope you can respect that and not pressure me to eat foods that I find to be inconsistent with my beliefs, my ethics. So maybe you can have a little chat with her. A lot of people think when you go vegan, like your loved ones think, like your spouses or parents think you're doing it's about them or something. No, it's about me and the animals. It has nothing to do with you. It's a personal decision I made for myself, and I hope you can just be cool and accept that. It's like I'm different than you thought. It's like I'm coming out as vegan if you want to look at it like that. Do you still love me? I'm still the same person. I haven't changed at all. I just have a different belief than I did before I went vegan, and I hope you can honor and respect that. I'm not going to force my ways on you to your wife or anything like that, and you would hope she would have the same respect and reciprocate back to you, that she could respect your personal decision that you made. That's not in any way a reflection on your wife or anything like that, Seawolf. So let me know how you think that would go down. Allison says, don't give in to pressure. If you respect yourself, you will stand strong in your values. And standing strong means you don't have to be like an a-hole about it or anything. Like, just be standing strong. Like I said there, these are my beliefs. These are my values. And wife, I hope you can accept that and respect me for making that decision. I'm not doing anything crazy or anything like that, I'm not running off the deep end with I'm believing the earth is flat and I'm going to insurrect the Capitol. Weird crap. Like, you're just not eating animal products. So anyway, So Pat Benatar, wow, what is that? Where did that come from there, Uncle? Let's see. Hey, G-Light, how is it going? Yes, hi, vegan fam. Let's see. Sweet Potato Sister, yeah, thanks for sharing your experience here. Your partner is not vegan, and you won't be pressured to eat meat. See, it sounds like your partner understands that's what you do, right? That's just simply who you are, and your partner just needs to understand and hopefully respect that. If they don't respect it, at least understand that's who you are and be cool with it, you know? I mean, again, you didn't go vegan to spite your partner or anything like that. You did it for yourself and the animals, and I understand why some people have to like pressure you away from what you do. I think I know why. They just want you to become like them. They feel less guilty, right? If they see you eating the meat, like, okay, I don't feel so bad now about harming the animals because he or she is now harming the animals along with me. We're all the same now. It's like, you know, anyway. Let's see. Dr. Bear says, if they don't respect my value of not harming animals, which is a simple value, it's not like, it's just something you believe in. It's a peaceful, passive belief. If they don't respect that, then what other areas will the partner not respect you and your values? Exactly. This is such a simple, basic, passive value to have. It doesn't cause any harm to anyone or anything like that. You know, it just informs the decisions you make, having that belief that you're against animal cruelty and exploitation. Because again, that's really what veganism is. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So let's have a drink. Yes. Anyway. Pauline, you said your sister's husband left her because she is vegan? I mean, that's why he left her? I mean, it shouldn't, like, nothing worse than that? There was anything worse than that? Just the fact that she decided not to consume animal products, that would make a husband leave her, like separate or divorce? What a stupid a-hole douchebag. Are you serious? I mean, what else does he not respect about her? Is she not free to make her own decisions in life? A decision like that, which is peaceful. Again, it's not harming anyone or anything like that. You know, it's just a simple, peaceful, passive decision people make. Wow. That is unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Pauline. Let's see. So what have I missed here? What's that, Uncle? You weren't born vegan, but the inner you always knew. That's cool, because a lot of us realize at a young age, even before we even hear the word vegan, before our ears ever encounter that phrase or word, like, you kind of know, like, seeing that burger there, like, that was a living animal. Like, why am I eating that thing for? Like, the animal had to die for that? And then you just eat it and move on, don't think about that. But veganism, yeah, does something about that. Doesn't, you know, just stop there and like, having this contradictory life or something like that. Jesse says, my grandkids know that now too. I will not cook animal products in my home. What they do at their home is their business. Exactly. I mean, my mom's going to have to understand that. If we end up, I said there's many ways I can end up in Hawaii, and one way is if I bring my mom there, and she's not vegan, but if she's going to live with us and use our kitchen and stuff, she's going to have to understand, there's not going to be any of her, she doesn't eat much meat. She's almost vegetarian, but there's not going to be any eggs or dairy or anything like that, or fish or whatever. There's going to be none of that in her house. She has to respect that. Alex, am I still playing basketball? I missed my workout vlog. Yes, Alex, I worked out today on the basketball court for about 2 hours. And last week on Tuesday, I filmed on my phone a basketball vlog, a workout vlog. I didn't play any games. I haven't played any games for like 2 weeks now. It's just been kind of weird when I'm going. Like, it's been kind of quiet. But I filmed a workout vlog of me doing my basketball drills, like what I did today, similar to today. I just haven't edited it yet. They're usually not big viewed videos. None of ours are really, but even the workout videos are even fewer, because that's not what we're known for. Anyway, I made one so you can see how a 55-year-old man works out and trains on the basketball floor, on the basketball court, to be fit and game ready, so I could take on all these, like, you know, guys that are like 30 years younger than me and 50 pounds lighter, super quick, you know, and I can keep my body in front of them, defend them, and beat them in one-on-one, hopefully. So, yeah, I'll get that out next week. It shouldn't be too hard for me to edit that together, assuming I got all the footage. I haven't even looked at it yet. But anyway, I'll show you what I was doing that day. And it's kind of what I've been doing every day now for the past 3 weeks. Certain kind of training I'm doing right now to stay in shape and optimize myself for slam dunking, because I'm hoping to do some dunks like in the weeks or month after I turn 56, which is coming up at the end of July. Sarah says once she left the family home, she stopped eating animals. Yeah, it's so much easier, huh, when you're not surrounded by people or living with people who can try to influence you otherwise. Hey, we just got a new subscriber there. Is it a Russian subscriber? But anyway, thank you. I can't pronounce your name. Is it Sertan? But thank you for subscribing right now. Sertan, say please the 3 healthiest grains. I don't know what the healthiest grains in the world are. I'm not like a nutritionist or anything, but my 3 favorite grains, and I know they're very healthy. Probably the healthiest one I would say would be the wild rice. Let's see, after that, let's see, what's another favorite one of ours? Let's see, I don't eat them all that often. There's all those cool ones like millet and stuff like that, and but yeah, I just kind of, my favorite grains are just rices, basically, various forms of rices. A little more drink in here. Yes, Milo, peace begins on your plate. Stop the Armageddon of animals. Stop animal slavery. Yeah, I mean, veganism is a peaceful movement. And it starts in your brain, and the way you enact it, the major way is every day by what you put on your plate. And a lot can happen from that. If enough of us are doing something like that, like, you know, practicing what we preach, being against animal cruelty, and having a correspondingly cruelty-free plate, a lot of change can happen. Yeah, farro and millet. Thank you, Dr. Bear. Yes, we have them from time to time, but not that often. But yeah, black rice is probably my favorite of the fancy grains. Gravy, I don't like rice, kind of sick of it. Yeah, that's what's awesome about veganism, right? There's just so many options, you know? If you don't like rice, eat something else, or try one of the other grains, huh? Biscuit Cat, what other sports do I play apart from basketball? Well, I surf. In fact, I kind of stopped surfing for the past maybe 5 or 6 years, and I got back into it last year in summer and fall. As soon as the weather got cold, I stopped going surfing again. I used to be a hardcore surfer. I have a thick winter wetsuit that I used to wear all the time during the cold months. It would still be cold right now. The water hasn't really warmed up much yet. But I'm kind of a fair weather surfer. That's another reason why I'm really looking forward to moving somewhere more tropical like Hawaii, where the surfing weather is always my kind of style. But yeah, I like to surf. And I have a home gym in my garage where I can do all sorts of resistance training, workouts, and routines. So yeah, I'm building strength through that, particularly for basketball, but I'm getting my making sure I'm keeping my shoulders and my back, the paddling muscles for surfing, getting them stronger. They need to be conditioned more. That's only going to happen by going out and either swimming or doing some surfing soon. But yeah, that's my next favorite sport. And I used to play tennis quite a bit, and the conditioning you do from basketball really carries over well to a tennis court. So I should have tennis conditioning, but I'll be sloppy as hell for not having played for a few years. We're not moving anytime soon, Brooklyn, baby. It's a long-term plan that I'm starting now. I'm getting rid of stuff slowly, music gear, junk, you know, and things that are in between, you know, like useful things, but we don't need them anymore. Just starting to lighten our possessions down a little more, which is good anyway, whether we end up moving or not, you know? So yeah, I'm just doing things like that, getting certain affairs in order, financial things, some house maintenance things that we've been slow to try to fix, you know. So yeah, just trying to get stuff in order now. So hopefully in a year or two, you know, if we do make this move, we'll have a lot to do, but you know, we'll have a few fewer things to take care of. Let's see. Yucca, is that a grain? That's not a grain, huh? Let's see. Joaquin is a grain. I've never heard of that either. Timothy, but no Disneyland visits multiple times a year. Well, once we move, that's going to be impossible. But yeah, we have our Southern California residence pass. It's the cheapest one, so cheap that we can't even go back until August, late August at that too. So yeah, we're not going to ride any Disneyland rides for quite a while, which is fine. You know, it's summer. It's time to get out and do some trips like we did to wine country, you know, like on our vlog from yesterday. So yeah. Yeah, Captain. Yeah, moving is a lot of work, especially if I'm thinking about moving like 3,000 miles away, you know, to another state. So, you know, in the middle of the ocean. So it's a lot of work and a lot of planning. So yeah, I'm just starting to get my things in order now. So it's just not going to overwhelm me if and when it finally happens. I'd like to say if and when. I don't want to say it's happening for sure because then I feel like I'm going to jinx it or something like that. But yeah, I'm living in the present, but being very mindful of, you know, a year or 2 or 3 down the line. Wow, Brooklyn, we inspired you to go vegan a few years ago. Awesome. I love hearing that. I mean, not in a narcissistic way, but just knowing that what we do here on YouTube actually has real world positive effects like that. You know, getting people to do what you're doing. So thank you for letting us know that. The Incredicoaster. No, we see that thing all the time, Dr. Bear, but we don't like those kind of thrill seeker rides, particularly something that goes upside down and loops. I'm just telling you right now, there's no way I would ever get Angie on that. The only way I would ever go on that is if I were to go with some other people and Angie was doing something else, you know, but no, never been on the Incredicoaster. Yeah, puke rides, Sarah. Yeah, we don't like rides where you can like hurl. I kind of have this weird metric that I've made up in my own mind when I analyze a ride. I assess it for how likely it is to cause someone to puke. I call it, that ride's a barfer. You know, it's like, you know, the Incredicoaster looks like it would cause me to puke. They have a big Ferris wheel there, and they have 2 kinds of cars on the roller coaster. Ones that rock back and forth, and ones that are stationary. The ones that rock back and forth, from what I understand, they have barf bags in the cart there because it's a high puke factor. Metalhead, you thinking of moving to Pittsburgh? Wow, when do you think you might do that? What kind of time frame? Brooklyn Baby, you've been more of a junk food vegan. Yeah, it's totally cool. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, the animals don't care. But yeah, if you've been vegan for a while, yeah, the junk food can get kind of like hard after a while. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit much. Starting to work towards whole food, plant-based, improve your mental health and weight. Hey, did you get a copy of our book yet? This is my 3rd time promoting Angie's Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook here. Whole food plants, it says right in the front here, easy, oil-free, whole food plant-based recipes by Angie B. This is a great way to start. A lot of people in our live chat here can attest to the deliciousness and relative easiness of these recipes. Again, this is like a food diary for us. It's what we've been eating for years and years and years. If you want a link to that, actually I have it right here. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Hang on. Our books. Let's see, Timothy. No, I haven't visited where you're talking about, like the Big Island itself, but no, we know we've seen people go to, like on vlogs, go to these restaurants. We've looked on Happy Cow. Yeah, it's not a problem. There might not be a whole lot of restaurants that are 100% vegan, you know what I'm saying? But there's plenty of vegan options, vegan friendly places, some of the best like fruit markets in the world. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that. We know enough that, yeah, we wouldn't be screwing ourselves or anything. Let's see. Let's see, Dr. Bear. Yes, you've never puked on any roller coaster. The closest I ever got to throwing up is the Ferris wheel. That's what I was talking about. The Ferris wheel at DCA. So you were probably in one of the rocking carts. Did you hear that, Angie? Dr. Bear rode the Ferris wheel at DCA.
Did they go with the scary sliding one?
She said, yes, I've never puked on a roller coaster. Because she was asking about the Incredicoaster. She said the closest I ever got to throwing up on a ride is the Ferris wheel at DCA. So I was asking her if she did the swingy one. Because I told you the swingy ones, people puke there so frequently, they put barf bags in there. That's how pukey that ride is. So if I ever go on it, I won't go on the swingy one. I'll go on the cars, the cars, whatever they're called, the cage that stays stationary. That's a good way to describe veganism. Milo, more spiritual than I put it. But yeah, veganism is love in action. Yeah, our love of animals. Yeah, our love of animals, and therefore we don't want to see them harmed. We don't want to see them treated via cruelty and exploitation. Our love for them is to be alive and not being treated cruelly. And we reflect that not only in our beliefs, but in our actions, our practices, how we eat. Why do I sense a fake Bob Hill here? Should we just ban this fake Bob Hill account? Because I know that's not what his account looks like. Yep, thanks for taking care of that. Yeah, Uncle, after a big meal, a ride like the Alice in Wonderland teacups is a hardcore hurl ride. Yeah, you got to go on that when you're not, like, full. Yeah, you did go on the rocking carts there on the Ferris wheel. I knew it, Dr. Bear. Did you see the barf bags? I haven't gone on there. I just saw a vlogger like show, here's the barf bags on this ride. Like, oh, okay, we're definitely not going to go on that. The haunted house. Yeah, I love haunted house. Like, you like haunted houses? I like haunted houses, and the haunted house ride at Disney is always a favorite of ours. Justin, there's no vegan restaurants here. Don't even go out to eat. Don't need to. Yeah, you don't need restaurants, or anything like that. But it's nice to be able to go out once in a while. If you don't have any vegan restaurants, hopefully you have some that have like good vegan options. Like I said, even when we're thinking about moving, it's probably not gonna have too many vegan restaurants. But I've seen so many of these restaurants have clearly marked like vegan menus that are, they know what they're doing. Who would want to impersonate Bob Hill via Mummy? Good question. It's that troll guy that comes back creating new YouTube accounts every Friday. That person. Why? I have no idea what his motivation is. Your aunt lost her shoe in the haunted house? Heidi, how in the world does a person lose their shoe on the haunted house ride? I assume that's what you're talking about. I'm trying to be really creative. I can't even think of a way you could lose your shoe. The ride doesn't really like F with your feet or anything like that. What's that? Jen Arnav Poe. Couscous or quinoa? I like them both. I don't eat them all that often. I said I don't eat too many like grains like that, but when I do, I love them. We're just not regularly buying them and making them. Not because we're against them, just not. They haven't made it into our staples. There's so many things you can eat as a vegan, and I agree. I should probably eat more couscous or quinoa. Who went to cosplay as Bob Hill, right? A really sick, demented person, Graven. Okay, you did see the barf bags. Okay, so that is true. Awesome. Fantastic Voyage ride? What's that, Uncle? The Fantastic Voyage? You're not talking about the voyage through inner space, because that one was amazing. I'm so pissed off they took that ride away. The shrinking machine ride? But I don't remember the Fantastic Voyage. Mary, we typically use canned beans. We have soaked beans in the past, but that requires planning, and you planning what you're going to eat later on in the day. We just want to eat now, so we just kind of typically go for the canned beans. But yeah, I love soaking my beans too. Just you got to plan it, and sometimes you soak a lot and then you put in the fridge, and if you don't eat them quickly enough, they go bad. So I just kind of settled on canned beans as just out of a matter of convenience more than anything. But yeah, Sarah, I love cooking and soaking beans. Just a little more work than than having canned beans. What's up, Uncle Ryan? Like, it's a small world. That ride drives you nuts. I love that ride. That ride is like an inner expression of who I am as a human being, I think. I love going on there. I feel like I connect with the deeper side of my spirituality or something when I ride Small World. I love how it's a slow ride, but I love the whole ride is a message of peace and unity. It's so woke or something. You know what I'm saying? They should ban that ride at the Orlando Disney. DeSantis should. But I mean, that ride is just showing how we all need to get along together despite all our differences and diversity. Those things are what's beautiful about humanity, not to be like looked at as a bad thing, like look at them foreigners there. You know, it's not like that. We're all one people. This is one earth. This is our planet. We need to share it and get along with each other. I love that ride. It's so 60s too. Oh, yeah, I remember that, Uncle, that World of Monsanto. That's in the Bugs Life area. The World of Monsanto. Wait, that was right at the end of the Shrinking Machine, the Journey Through Inner Space, if I remember right. Like, I thought a chemical company was sponsoring that ride, but I thought there was another Monsanto thing maybe over in DCA. I don't know. It's been a long time. I don't remember these things too well. Yeah, I was getting excited, Graham, when I see the Hawaiian kids, the little surfers and hula dancers. Yeah. I mean, even before I thought about ever moving to Hawaii, I was getting excited when I see the Hawaiian, the tropical Polynesian room. Yeah, it's my favorite. Always been my favorite. What? Neil deGrasse Tyson on Humane Hancock's channel? Like, Humane Hancock had Neil deGrasse Tyson on his channel. What did they talk about? Diablo, so is it going to be a complete cluster F of crap? Wow, I'm really scared. Pooplo, are you trolling us? Yep. If you have a question, Pooplo, ask me. And if you're just trolling, we're going to block you if you're trolling. Yeah, if we have to ask you if you're for real trolling. So Pooplo, if you have a question for me, ask me right now, because I have all my troll radar red flags are flying right now. So if you have a question for me, you can ask me a question right now. But if you are trolling and I continue to see more trolling, I or Uncle will block you. Okay? Okay, ask it, Pooplo. You're on thin ice. You're going to have to create another account if we block you in a second, if you're that same person, because I'm 99% sure you are. Oh man, so Neil deGrasse Tyson was himself and still talked about his plant aliens made out of plants. How about aliens made out of meat? I mean, this is so stupid. Anyway, and the circle of life bigger. There is no circle of life. What is he talking about? You can eat plants. I'm gonna have to watch this. This sounds like I'm gonna be really pissed off though. Neil deGrasse Tyson, I really honestly used to respect him a lot. You know, I thought, wow, he's fallen in the footsteps of one of my idols, one of my favorite human beings of all time, Carl Sagan. I thought, wow, Neil deGrasse Tyson is gonna like go in his footsteps and carry on like Cosmos. I had a lot of respect for Neil deGrasse Tyson, but the nonsense he's saying about veganism and the way he's saying it with such arrogance, like he's such a deep thinker. Like, no, Neil deGrasse Tyson, you were trained in astrophysics. You are a crap philosopher. You can't reason through veganism worth crap. I mean, I'm trained in philosophy. I have a leg to stand on here. I'm sure I'm a crap astrophysicist. So stay in your lane, Neil deGrasse Tyson. You probably don't want me going out and trying to debunk astrophysics. Right? Because it would be nonsense, because I'm a non-expert and you're a non-expert in veganism, but you act like an expert. Be humble. Listen to people that know more than yourself, such as me, for instance, someone who's been a vegan for 12 and a half years, trained in philosophy, a PhD dropout in philosophy. I know a little bit about veganism and philosophy. Hey, thanks, Heavy Metal Vegan. Hey, I saw you. There's two tips. Let me go back to the one from 25 minutes ago from the Vegan Metalhead. I missed that and I apologize. Hope you're still with me. I saw it and I'm just stupid. You spent over $150 on groceries Sunday, but you bought a lot of vegan mock meats. Wow, that's a lot on groceries, but a lot of vegan mock meats. That stuff can add up. You found tofu for 50 cents a pound along with vegan kimchi mandu. Wow, sounds like you got a nice haul there. But yeah, it's weird though. Yeah, in 2023, it's vegan or not. You know, it's easy to get a $150 grocery bill. But as you said, you got some weird things probably there. And thank you, Vegan Metalhead. Thanks for the super chat tip there, guys. You guys are so generous. Thank you so much, guys. Did Neil deGrasse Tyson just realize there's more money in promoting dude bro science? Maybe so, Graham. I really think he's just gotten more conceited and narcissistic as he's gained more fame, more television appearances and shows and stuff like that. I think it's just really gotten into his head in a way that never really happened with Carl Sagan. Hey, Sarah, I was meaning to ask you. I remember you told me you kind of know a lot about some, like, even kind of more old school Hawaiian music. Let me know something I should check out, like a band or an album I should check out that has some just really cool, like, you know, old school, like, you know, Hawaiian music. So let me know if there's something I can just look up. Maybe I can find on Spotify. I use Apple Music, but same thing. Let me know what I can stream and check out. You know, some just cool, yeah, like just some more, just you know what I like. You like good music like I do, Sarah. So, you know, let me know what you think I would dig as far as some cool old school Hawaiian music. Since you, if I remember right, yeah, you know some of these musicians. Okay, Ledward Kapana. Okay, I'm going to copy that name right now and Google it so I don't forget it. Okay, hang on 1 second here. Let me do it in another browser so I don't lose it. Okay, I got him right here. This guy right here, right? Okay, I will all right, cool. I will check some of these out. Awesome. I'll look for his stuff on the music streaming services too, so I can listen to some albums. All right, cool. That'll get me started. If I need some more artists next week, maybe you can tell me some more. But that sounds like a good place to start. I want some just cool, just like, you know, this real, authentic Hawaiian music. You know, got to start getting ready. start my transformation now. What's that, Allison? You can't even watch an ARA. What's that? It makes react to stupid anti-vegan nonsense. It makes your blood boil. Who are you talking about there? Okay, Popolo, is he still trolling? Let's see. Is Popolo still here? Is he still alive and trolling? Milo, what about the destruction of wild animal habitat? Yeah, animal agriculture is the #1 driver of that sort of destruction. We just gotta have people realize, look, your people's obsession with eating meat is destroying our planet. It's not just making things kind of suck, it's just destroying our ability to live on our planet. Okay, he's timed out. Thank you, Uncle. If he pops back and says anything, oh, is he being misogynistic? Well, if he comes back, just ban him, because let's look at our rules here. He's violating trolling, #2, and #1. Being civil, no personal attacks, harassment, racism, sexism, ageism. Yeah, and his misogynism, this thing about how women belong in the kitchen cooking and men need that or something, that's completely bannable. Just promoting some bullcrap like that. Yeah, Timothy, you're quoting what he said on his past talk show appearances. And I read his book on this too, his chapter on vegans versus carnivores. This is an exact quote. He just repeats the same crap. He came up with it once, type in his book, and he just goes and repeats it ad infinitum. He thinks he came up with such a deep thought. Neil doesn't even know what veganism is. It's a stance, it's Hawaiian music. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. That's what Neil doesn't get. He thinks it means we are protectors of all animals, defenders of all animals. If there's a rodent living in a tree, we don't harm it in any way because it violates me. No, I mean, it's as far as possible and practicable. I don't know how houses are made, but if a tree got cut down to make a house, we gotta live somewhere. It's like we're just gonna live out in the street or something like that. I mean, he's completely has no idea what veganism is. So let's take another sip. So this is to you, Neil deGrasse Tyson, for your complete intentional lack of understanding of what veganism is. You, like all these other anti-vegans like Sarah Palin, the TikTok beef lady, go out of your way to not research what veganism means as been defined for like 70 years here. You make up your own bizarre definitions of veganism that pretty much commit you to a nirvana fallacy, defining veganism in such a way that it's absolutely impossible for any human to do. So here's to you guys for defining veganism such that no human could ever be a vegan. Good job, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Mr. Brilliant Scientist. Not. Anyway. Yeah, uncle, and he confuses, vegan, vegetarian. To him, it doesn't matter to him because he's not honest and he's not conceptually correct on these ideas. I don't know if he's not intelligent enough or he's just too lazy. So anyway, Hawaiian Garth Brooks, like, because of that hat. I'll check the music out later tonight. I'm gonna check it out. I'm excited. All right, do we need to ban this other person here, guys? Do we have another troll? Why do you keep trolling us? You don't have anything better to do, Mr. Person who keeps creating new accounts every Friday and we block them and you create more new accounts. You don't have anything better. You have no friends, nothing else that you could be more entertained by. Trolling me and our viewers here, that's the best thing. Like option number A for Friday night. What am I gonna do Friday night? I'm gonna create new accounts as I keep getting blocked by Ryan's moderators and keep coming back every Friday. Just get knocked down again. You have nothing better to do with your life. I mean, I actually have compassion for that sad life that you must have. Seriously, I feel a little bad for you. Anyway, so I haven't said hi to VLAM tonight, I don't think either. So forgive me if I haven't said hi to everyone. Yeah, that is alcohol, Diablo. So that is some rosé from Temecula, California, from Carter Estates. Not sponsored, but if you're watching Carter Estates, we're coming back. The name alone justifies a ban. I already forgot his name already. I don't even want to remember. I'll just get rid of him if I see that crap again. Are ETs vegan, Don Rabbit? Well, they probably are on a vegan diet in the sense that extraterrestrials probably don't consume mammals from planet Earth, especially if they're traveling interstellar space. I don't think they have spaceships that would have fields for these animals to graze or just be kept in any way. So, well, do they have the ethics of a vegan? Probably not, but they're probably eating something more like a vegan diet, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's a cute little glass, huh? It's from a festival that used to happen out here in California called Eat, Drink, Vegan. Let me know if any of you guys ever went to that. They used to have them out in the Rose Bowl parking lot. The Rose Bowl parking lot, at least the one, there's several, but they had it in this grass one that doubles as a golf course. So it was kind of pretty out there when they had these events. You pay like a flat fee and you get like, you know, nearly unlimited pours of this size from the exhibitors there, and you could buy stuff too. We're lucky though. We got in as influencers, so we just had to cover it, make a vlog, and we got them for free and partied for free. Sarah, oh, there are indeed anti-vegans. Who are you responding to there? Someone doesn't believe there's anti-vegans? Yeah, there's tons of anti-vegans. Artojoma says, I should allow trolling now and then. Troll sometimes unexpected ways to conversation. Well, if a troll doesn't troll, but if someone who's not vegan, Atomjoms, I can't pronounce your name, but if someone who's not into veganism or even anti-vegan wants to ask questions and try to debunk veganism, sure, throw your arguments out. Like, say, for instance, if Neil deGrasse Tyson came into this live stream, or TikTok beef lady came on his live stream and they want to give me their best argument as to why veganism sucks, Neil deGrasse Tyson would be saying, yeah, imagine if a race of space extraterrestrials landed and they're made out of kale, you know, throw it at me. You can say whatever you want. Just do it in a non-hateful way and we'll have a conversation. So yeah, I welcome people like that. I don't like people trolling though, because they're just wasting everyone's time. And the goal or intent of trolls is to cause chaos and just piss people off. And that's not what our live stream is about. So anyway, hope that answers your question there. Okay, yeah, that guy's the same guy that comes back all the time. Let me just block him. Okay, hang on one sec. I'm banning someone. Let's see, did I get the right one? Ooh, I think I did. I undid it. Let me do it again. Okay, I think I effed up banning the guy. If you make another post, I'm going to ban you. If you want to ask real questions in a non-trolling way, fine. But if you're just going to have a troll account name and ask troll questions, you get blocked. Yeah, he can play Mario Kart, huh? Exactly, huh? The names make you laugh. Let's see, VLAM, great question. If you want to know how I work out, yeah, do I work out before or after eating? 99 out of 100 times I work out and then I eat. I mean, if I'm really hungry, I might have a little something, you know, maybe drink. Lately, I've been sometimes having some chocolate milk before I work out. Not always. But yeah, I eat after. That's when I come back, have my oatmeal, my smoothies. But I work out first. I don't like a bunch of stuff jiggling. And I kind of like fasted workouts. I don't know why. I'm not trying to like get skinny or something like that. It just kind of works out. I mean, you're either going to work out with stuff jiggling in your stomach or you're not. So I'd rather have not stuff jiggling in my stomach. Oh yeah, I got the email. Jin Arnav Poe from what's their company? The Josh Chetrick's company. Yeah, they got U.S. approval for lab-grown meat. Awesome, great for them. I'm not going to eat it, but I hope it disrupts the meat market and fewer animals get bred into existence to be killed and slaughtered. So yeah, I think it's awesome. But yeah, it's not for me. I don't want to eat meat. You know, I don't care if there's no actual animals involved in its production. I still think meat is gross either way. Dr. Bear's saying, I don't like to work out with food sloshing around your stomach either. Yeah, sometimes you have to, just because the way the day's going, the timing of stuff, you can't help it. But anyway, I've seen some people talk about Garland Farms. I don't know anything about it. What's that, Vondi? Garland Farms is an anti-vegan who asked a question worth addressing earlier. I'll paraphrase here. If insect deaths don't matter when harvesting crops, why is honey vegan? Something to that. Yeah, let's answer that. I wasn't sure if they were asking me or what, but yeah, I'll definitely answer that question. First of all, let's look at the definition. It all goes back to the definition of veganism here. Let's have it. Wait, where did my sound go? Did you guys hear the ding? Yeah, there it is. All right, let's have a drink. Again, some rosé from Temecula. And let's look at what happens here. We're against cruelty and exploitation to animals as far as possible and practical. And if you want, I'll show Garland Farms some data about how. Let me just do it right now before we move on. So that's what veganism is. We're against animal cruelty and exploitation. So with that in mind, oops, I'm sorry guys, 1 second here. Let's see how many animals actually get harmed unintentionally here. Here are the number of animals killed to produce 1 million calories in 8 food categories. This is produced using mathematics and data given by the best sources we could find. Well, not me, I had no part in the publication of this or anything or the calculations, but you can see if you're concerned about the fewest amount of animals harmed, you have no choice other than to be vegan. The red in the bar graphs, red fittingly represents the number of animals that are killed through slaughter, the intentional kills. The gold part of the graphs represent animals killed unintentionally, accidental harm. Again though, if you want the least amount of accidental deaths, they're on the bottom of the graph here. So what I'm trying to say is veganism is not about perfection. Producing plants does cause some accidental harm, but it causes the least amount of accidental harm. So again, let's get back to the definition of veganism. We're against animal cruelty and exploitation as far as possible and practicable. As I showed there, we can't be perfect. There's going to be some accidental harm. So some insects probably do get harmed in the production of plants that vegans and non-vegans and animals eat. Okay, let's just acknowledge that we're not the only ones that eat plants. So let's talk about honey. Let's see, honey. Let's see, what are vegans against? Animal cruelty and exploitation. Well, taking honey away from a bee is exploitation. If you don't believe me, let's look at the definition of exploitation. Definition, misspelling thing, exploitation. Google will correct the stuff for me. Right here, the act, I'll read it here. The act of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. Well, bees are producing honey for bees. We're treating them unfairly by taking their work away from them. The only work that bees really do is to produce honey for bee things, bee activities, bee processes, what have you. We're taking that away from them. We are exploiting them. We're taking it to sell it to others, or even if you're just doing it for your own personal benefit, you're benefiting by taking away the work of another living being who did it not for you, but for them. Again, it's not about you. How come people are so effing selfish? You know, honey wasn't made for you. Bees made it for themselves. Why are you taking it from them? Bees need to do stuff with it. So if you truly believe that animal exploitation is wrong, then you would be consistent in your beliefs about honey, because honey at its core is an exploitative product. You're exploiting bees to obtain honey for your personal benefit. Exploitative. So there's the answer if you're still watching Garland Farms. So anyway, I'm just gonna have another sip of rosé since we have the definition up here, and let's get back to the rest of you guys. You like how I say honey with passion? Cool, thanks. Yeah, vegan Wesker, be consistent. Totally. It's just a matter of being consistent. If you truly believe it's wrong to exploit animals, why is it cool to exploit bees? I'm just saying, I don't understand how you just flip a switch there. If you really believe exploiting other sentient beings is wrong, apply it to the bees. Bees are animals. Insects are animals. Thinking out, I just never gave a thought till someone pointed out, yeah, it is a kind of a complex issue, but as I showed it here, it's a really easy issue. As long as you understand, as we all do, what veganism means, it all goes back to this definition here, against animal cruelty and exploitation. Bees didn't suffer from honey. I don't know about suffering, but it's exploitation. There's two things that vegans stand against. We're against all forms of animal cruelty and exploitation. And as I showed, through the definition of veganism and the definition of exploitation, taking the work of a bee away from them is indeed exploitation, by what the word exploitation means. It's pretty simple. Yeah, we can get into a rights argument approach too, but I think it's just so much easier to look here. Exploitation. It's exploitation. And by any definition of exploitation, you're exploiting the bees. They're doing something for themselves, not for you. They don't give a F about you. They're doing it for them. You're unfairly taking it away from them. You're not even compensating them. You're just taking their stuff away from them and making money off of it, profiting by exploiting the work that a sentient being or sentient beings made for themselves, for their own species. It's a clear, it's a textbook, slam dunk case of exploitation. Just leave the bees alone. Don't take their honey from them. If you want to breed them and help them and stuff, cool, that's totally awesome. But don't take their work away from them. Yeah, Milo, it's insect vomit too. Why are they so passionate about eating insect vomit? Anyway, hey, Giovanni. Yeah, Wesker just puts it. He's paraphrasing what I'm saying. Honey is bees' food. It's not yours. What gives you the God-given right to take their food away from them, their work, and consume it yourselves? Like, they're animals. They're doing their own. That's what they do. That's what they spend their lives doing. And you're going to just take that away from them. they replaced it with high fructose corn syrup, which is not nutritious. It's not the same thing. Yeah, high fructose corn syrup is like crap, you know? I mean, sugar is fine, but that's how I grew up with sugar as a child. There wasn't high fructose corn syrup in my like sodas in the 70s. Thank God, because that's what I was drinking when I was a kid. It wasn't until later on, like, oh, let's use all this extra corn stuff and replace sugar with corn syrup, high fructose stuff. I mean, it's not as people thought sugar was bad. High fructose syrup is like just table sugar on crack, basically. And of course, Van Moyman, Ed's got a good videos on bees. I'm sure he does. God bless Ed. I say that sincerely. I think Ed's awesome. What's that, Fu Manpu? Slavery is alive and well in Texas? What's going on in Texas? I haven't seen that in the news. What's that, Allison? Beekeepers literally blow smoke into the bees. Hey, I'm not a bee, but I could take a wild guess here and say, yeah, that probably doesn't go over too well. I'm sure it's a kind of cruelty, right? If you're sitting in your house right now and someone blew smoke in your room or whatever, you wouldn't take kindly to that. You wouldn't say, blow more of that smoke in here, unless it's like some kind of Cheech and Chong smoke or something. Maybe you'd take kindly to that. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, sweet potato sister. Yeah. Yeah, uncle, don't take bees' honey. Why? It makes them feel mad. As you see, if you try to do that, they'll defend themselves. Ryan, if you truly cared, why don't you eat fruit and grains? About what? Let me put you on the wall here. What point are you trying to make? That I don't care about bees or something? Let's put you on the poop wall here. What point are you trying to make? Just be very clear, so we're talking about the same thing. Hang on, poop text. Hang on, I got to switch over from the rules to your comment here. All right, 1 second. Oops.
I'm going to leave your words on this board for all my classes to enjoy, giving you full credit, of course.
Well, Hercule, I eat tons of fruit and grains. What are you talking about? I mean, that probably makes up like 50% of my daily calories, probably. I start off with like oatmeal and fruit every morning right there. Then I often have rice later on too. So yeah, I eat tons of fruit and grains. But what are you saying? Why should I only eat fruit and grains? Because of this? I mean, vegetables aren't that much further up on the list there. I mean, you can see I don't have milk, pork, beef, God forbid, eggs or chicken or anything. I'm eating I'm wrong thing. Here we go. I'm eating the lowest things on this chart here, Hercule. Like, what do you want? I'm doing as best I can here. I mean, look at vegetables isn't really that much worse off than fruits and grains. Just barely a little bit worse as far as animals killed in the harvest. But as soon as you jump up to any animal product, it's a huge leap. Milk's like more than double that of vegetables. Pork and beef, way more than double, triple. I mean, what are you talking about? I'm eating the lowest stuff on the chart here, Hercule. Oh, okay, looks like we blocked Hercule. No, yeah, vegetables just causes barely any more. Let's look at here. Harvest, down here on the chart. Can you see what I'm highlighting here? 2.55 versus 1.73 for fruits, 1.65 for grains. So just barely more for vegetables. But look at milk, 4.74. Pork, 11. Beef, 27. I'm eating the lowest parts of the chart here. Yeah, but it's still more. It's barely more. It's barely more. And where does it say I have to be the most perfect vegan in the world? I'm eating if you're truly concerned, Hercule, about killing the fewest animals through harvest, are you vegan? I don't see any reason, but who cares? It's barely more. But you're conveniently eating all these ones that are way higher than fruits, grains, and vegetables. There's nothing inconsistent here whatsoever. It's just barely more. Again, veganism is about as far as possible and practical. There's no way to reduce or eliminate all accidental harm in the harvest of plants. But I see I'm contributing to the least amount compared to any of you meat eaters out there. I'm doing way better than you meat eaters. I never took a vow as a vegan to be perfect. Again, let's look at the definition of veganism, because again, I think you think it means perfect here. We're against a way of living which seeks to exclude as far as possible and practical all forms of exploitation and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, and any other purpose. So you're asking me to give up completely healthy food groups, ones that contribute to my health, so I could maybe just move down a little smidgen lower on this chart here, so I can go from vegetables and only have fruits and grains. That's really asking a lot for actually really barely any difference there. So anyway, if you really want to contribute to this Hercule, you can start not eating the stuff that's above vegetables. We're talking about milk, pork, beef, eggs, and chicken. Why don't you do something? I'm already kicking ass. I'm like a freaking champion as far as reducing the amount of animals harmed in harvest. What are you doing? I eat fruit all the time, but I'm not going to be a fruitarian. You know why? Because fruitarians are the ones that typically quit being vegan, because eating a diet of only fruit is extremely not, extremely not recommended by any health organization in the world. It's not what's considered a balanced, healthy vegan diet. Well, what are you doing, Hertzie? Tell me, Hercule, whatever your name is, please tell me, what are you doing? I told you what I'm doing. I'm consuming the lowest foods on the chart here. Grains, fruits, and vegetables. What are you doing? That's kind of curious. Yeah, Dr. Bear, yeah, Hertzie, you eat meat. You're way up at the top of the chart here, man. You're eating all this stuff up here. All these things, way up here. I'm way down here. So please tell me what you're doing. Okay, maybe I'm held to a higher standard. That's in your mind, but I'm vegan. I don't consume animal products, and as a result, all these deaths that you're contributing up here, all these ones up here, all these deaths way up here that you're responsible for, I'm way down here, and these are all accidental. No animals are going to slaughter because of me, and the fewest amount of animals accidentally harmed in harvest are happening through plant eating. So what do you eat? Fruit sometimes. Great, eat fruit sometimes. But the rest of the times, you're eating stuff way up here, all this red crap up here. Plus, they have higher amounts of accidental harvest harm. So anyway, good question, Hertzie. Cool. Yeah, great. Song MLF, the argument that animals are harmed by running farming equipment is pretty ridiculous. I know. You inherited a ranch from your folks. It hasn't had any animals since the 80s. You mow the field every year and no animals harmed. It shows you animals are not stupid. You know, have any of you guys like Hertzie or Hercule, whatever his name is, ever try to catch a rodent or a rabbit or something like that? I know when I go hiking, I can't get near rodents or rabbits. They see and hear way better than humans do. They run. So what do you think happens if since they run when a human approaches, what do you think happens when a rodent or a rabbit sees and or hears, like say a combine harvester coming? You think they just sit there, wow, see that big, loud, crazy ass machine coming from a mile away? I'm just gonna sit here because I'm stupid. No, they run away because they're smart. We're gonna ban you. You're using the Nirvana fallacy, Hertzie or whatever your name is. Nothing in here says vegans are zero harm. Where do you get this at? Where does it say vegans are responsible for zero harm? And if a rodent might get injured when they harvest the salad, the greens from my salad, veganism is null and void, or that salad eater who's eating a completely vegan salad is somehow a hypocrite or something like that. Only by people who define veganism in such a way that it's impossible to follow. I mean, nowhere. Where does it say zero harm? Where does it say it? It says we seek to exclude as far as possible and practicable all forms of exploitation and cruelty to animals. Does eating like greens exploit animals? No. Is there any cruelty to animals in salad harvesting? No. So I'm doing what it asks here. This is all the definition asks you to do. It asks you to avoid cruelty and exploitation to animals. Let's say there's kale in a salad. Is there any exploitation when kale is produced? No, the kale is not exploited. Is there any cruelty? No. So what are you talking about? Where is the cruelty and exploitation in eating greens? Okay, yeah, I eat fruit too, but you got to tell me, how am I exploiting animals if I eat, what are you mad about? Eating like some legumes or a potato? Let's say I eat a potato. How am I exploiting animals? How am I being cruel to animals when I eat a potato or if I eat some legumes? Please explain that to me, HRTCI. Where is the animal cruelty and exploitation when a person eats potatoes or legumes? I'd love to hear this, because that's all we're trying to do here is be vegan. So please tell me where the cruelty and exploitation is when a human eats potatoes. No, I don't know that an animal gets ran over when I do. And if it does, again, that's accidental and incidental. Veganism doesn't say anything here. And if an animal gets ran over in the harvesting of your legumes, you're a hypocrite and veganism is null and void. It doesn't say that. Only people that say that are anti-vegans like yourself, where they define veganism in such a way that it's really not a diet that's possible or practicable to follow, because you're asking for like zero harm or the harm reduction. It doesn't say anything in here about harm or harm reduction. Notice the word harm is not in here. The word reduce or any form of the word reduce or reduction is not in here. That's only in your mind. So, Hertzley, do you understand? This is what veganism is. We're against animal cruelty and exploitation. It doesn't say anything about being perfect or zero harm or harm reduction. Do you understand that, HRTCI? Do you understand this? Yes or no? Because you are inventing your own version of veganism, your own personal definition. I don't kill animals, Hertzy. You are the one. You're the one that actually pays people to have animals slaughtered for you. I'm the one that goes to my farmer's market and buys potatoes, which they don't use combine harvesters. They harvest them by hand. So I really doubt that my potatoes are killing all these animals or anything like that. And if they are, again, it doesn't make me not vegan, but you're killing animals every day. Not only are you killing animals, all this red part of the graphs here by the animals that are slaughtered for you, the slaughtered animals eat food too, and your animals eating food are killing even more harvest accidental deaths. So why do I have to be this perfect being and you can go on killing everything? All right, we're moving on. This is just complete nonsense. You're doing the Nirvana fallacy. And let me show you what that is in case you've never heard of the Nirvana fallacy. No, it has nothing to do with teen spirit. The Nirvana fallacy is the informal fallacy of comparing actual things, like such as veganism, a way of seeking to reduce as far as possible and practical all forms of animal cruelty and exploitation, avoiding animal cruelty and exploitation as much as possible. A fallacy of comparing something like that with an unrealistic, idealized alternative. Yeah, only eat fruit so you harm the least amount of animals. Like, no, there's no point in doing that. You're doing some kind of bizarre nirvana fallacy. Okay, Hertzy, you don't like the definition of veganism? Tough shit. You're not a vegan. You have no right to criticize the definition of veganism. I don't like the definition. It's shady. No, you just don't like it because it doesn't suit your needs of defining veganism in such a way that you commit a nirvana fallacy and such that no vegan could ever follow your perfect definition of veganism where there's no harm whatsoever. Yeah, sure, there is harm in the world. We live in an imperfect world. It's the way it is. You have this idealized concept that's impossible to achieve in this real world. Okay? So we're moving on. Hertzy, no harm, no foul. You just committed a nirvana fallacy. It's all good. And veganism is not about trying to it's not a calculus. Again, let's look at the definition of not nirvana fallacy, but the definition of veganism. It's not a calculus where we calculate how many animals are killed and we're trying to take that number and reduce it. We're against animal cruelty and exploitation. You're the one that's introducing a kind of calculus to the definition, which does not exist. Again, you are introducing all your concepts here of zero harm, harm reduction, calculation, and stuff like that. You don't get the right to define veganism. This definition has been around since the 1940s, starting more basically with the doctrine that man shall not exploit animals. It's been added to over the years to tighten it up or just really capture more with the essence of what veganism is, animal cruelty and exploitation. You don't get the right to define veganism on your own. I mean, you can, but no vegan is obliged to follow your crap definition because you just don't like this one. It's not convenient for it. It doesn't contain your nirvana fallacy. So I think we've had enough of this. I'm going to put you in timeout, not because you're an asshole, just because we need to move on. And I can't explain the same thing over and over again to someone who's unwilling to acknowledge that they have no right to have vegans follow their stupid personal fantasy of what they wish the definition of veganism was. Yeah, it's gone. He's gone, Graven. If you come back and start up this line of question again, hurt TCI, I'm going to block you, okay? You're welcome to come back in the future. In fact, tonight you already wasted 20 minutes of our time probably. So come back in the future if you have another thing, but think of something other than the nirvana's fallacy for the future, okay? Amy, you didn't really know the definition until this channel. I don't know if I wouldn't say it's the real definition or the one and only definition of veganism, but it is historically the oldest definition of veganism. The phrase did not exist before people in the early days of the vegan society came up with the word. And it's a pretty damn good definition because it captures what veganism is. It has to do with animals, not harming them, not exploiting them. And rather than health or woo-woo or being perfect or zero harm or harm reduction. No, it's not exploiting animals. It's so simple. Yeah, Amy thought it was a diet. And it is. I mean, there's a vegan diet, but yeah, I mean, veganism is a philosophy and we have to eat something. So we eat what's called a vegan diet. What's that vegan one? Vegan Garland just posted a clip of me. I can't imagine who is a Vegan Garland and what clip of me did Vegan Garland post? Is it a bad one or a good one? Yeah, good point, Dr. Bear. Yeah, I mean, if we didn't use the Vegan Society definition, and no one's obliged to, I just use it because it's a great tool. It's a great tool to respond to all these knuckleheads thinking they know what veganism means, and they don't, like Neil deGrasse Tyson or the hurt TCI guy. Anyway, we could use any formal definition because none of them require perfection. Good point. Even the crappiest definitions of veganism don't ask for perfection. That's just something the anti-vegans like to tack on to veganism. Hey, Johnny Bravo, more haters. Hey, that's just part of the deal when you're vegan, right? Oh, Garland Farms. No, Ryan isn't scared. He was busy with... Is Garland Farms here right now? Because I answered... Someone brought your question up like after... I think you asked it like an hour ago. Someone brought it up half an hour ago and I addressed it. Are you around Garland Farms? I'll be more than happy to answer your question if you're still here, Garland Farms. Let me know. Is Garland Farms still here right now in the live stream? Let me know. We will tackle his question because I am scared. And I'm not scared to answer any question, okay? Don't put yourself up as this guy or person who's so bitchin' you can intimidate me because I've dealt with every anti-vegan question in the world. You're not inventing anything new. So please ask me your question and we'll answer it because I'm sure I've answered it 100 other times on other live streams. Are they here or not? Do you guys know? Or is the person here? We're talking about the Garland Farms person. Well, I can't answer Garland Farms questions, Sarah, if they come in and leave. If they want to remain here and ask the question, and I miss it, guys, point it out to me. I'll stop what I'm talking about and answer his or her question. If he's asking a real question, Carl. If Garland Farms is just trolling, then they don't necessarily get an answer. But if they're asking an honest, serious question, I will answer it. I will address it. But if they're just going to troll and pop away and leave, I don't have any duty to answer someone who's trolling and not even sticking around to get the answer. It's just a waste of everyone's time. So anyway, I finished all my rosé. I guess we showed the definition of veganism enough times tonight. I went through this rosé quite quickly. Oh well, had a little tiny sip there. It's gone. Now I have to move back to plain old water here. Anyway. So has anyone been trying to get a question through to me? I apologize. Okay, so anything, vegan question, anti-vegan question, I am fully captivated right now on you guys. So if you have a question for me, I apologize, and I'm looking right now to see what you guys are saying. Not that I wasn't before, but I'm looking hardcore now. Oh, Brian Kroc. Hey, I saw Brian. I forgot to acknowledge you're joining us, Brian. If you're still here, let me see what your question is, Brian. For sure, I'll answer your question. Yeah, Giovanni. Dude is literal anti-vegan troll. Never concedes when proven wrong. That's anti-vegans for you. Facts, are irrelevant to anti-vegans. Yeah, maybe Brian left, and I apologize. I shouldn't have got distracted by the stupid Nirvana fallacy situation when we went down that road. Hey, Brian's still here. Hey, Brian, good to see you. I hope you guys are doing better. I hope you guys are doing good. And if you have a question, I'll be more than happy to answer it. I just hope I see it. So I'll be looking for Brian. I have your user picture looks like there. I'll be looking for you. Unless someone already answered it for you. But if you want to ask it for me, I'll give you my 2 cents. Ooh, okay, let me kind of stretch my legs a little bit. Told you I was at the gym today, working out for 2 hours on the basketball court, worked on my jumping, did some nice jumps, getting closer and closer to dunking at 56. All right, Brian Kroc's legit question. If you use your bees to pollinate crops, is using other animals allowed in regenerative farming, not killing cows, but letting them live to eat poo? Okay, I've never really thought about this much, Brian, so I'm gonna have to ponder for a second and just kind of in my own mind fantasize what this means. But off the top of my head, if you have a cow and don't exploit it, I don't see that violating what veganism is about. Again, veganism is against animal cruelty and exploitation. So if you have say a cow, let's just pick a cow because you brought that up. What was the cow doing exactly? I mean, you're just letting it live, you're not harming it, and it's just pooping anyway, right? That's just a wasteful byproduct from a cow's butt. It eats food, it poops it out of his butthole, right? But not to get too graphic here, that's not really what bee pollen is, right? It's not a waste product. It's what I'm sure they poop out of their butts and stuff, but it's bee vomit, right? They do work. They pollinate, they bring pollen around and stuff. It's not a waste product. So if you're comparing, I'm not sure if that's what you're doing, Brian, but if you're comparing bee pollen to shit, it's an apples and oranges thing there. So I'm saying it's not pooped out of their butt, because I'm sure bees poop out of their butt and they also make pollen not from their butt. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as the cows go, I mean, if you're keeping a cow around, feeding it, treating it ethically, and it poops, and you take that poop and throw it in your garden, I don't see anything wrong with that, right? What do you guys think? I don't see any mistreatment or abuse. You're not exploiting the cow to get its poop. It's going to poop anyway, so might as well just throw it out in your yard. Hell, you could throw your own poop out in the yard too, right? I mean, I don't see anything exploitative, and there's definitely nothing cruel about waiting for a cow to poop, and instead of throwing the poop in the trash can, you throw it in a garden. What do you guys think? I think it's fine too. I don't see any problem with that, any ethical problems there. What do you guys think? You think it's fine, Heidi? Dr. Barrett says to me, yeah, I am correct. Honey is not bee poop. It's basically bee vomit. It comes out of the opposite side orifice, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Again, I'm not a biologist. I'm a music person, a music producer. I'm just going by the little bit of biology I know here. Okay, thinking out loud says, okay, if you're going to throw poop in the garden, probably horse poop would be cleaner. But yeah, we're talking it more philosophically here. Let's see. Graven, your husband bit your arm. He said he's not vegan now. Correct. You're absolutely right. If your husband bit your arm, he's not vegan. Yeah, Allison, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm just talking about the ethics. You're talking about like spreading viruses via spreading poop on the ground. That's a whole nother can of worms. I'm not even getting into that. You know, that's probably right. I was just talking about just purely philosophically. I was just examining solely the ethics of it, not the bacterial implications or anything like that. That's not my area of expertise there. But I think philosophically, ethically, I don't see anything wrong, right? I can't see how any exploitation, if the cow's just like a pet or something, you're not raising it for meat or dairy, it just poops. I don't know why you would keep a big cow for. It sounds like a lot of money, right, to keep it fed for no real benefit other than getting poop for your garden. But if you're gonna do that, I honestly don't see any ethical situations. What do you think, Brian? What do you think of my answer there? I think I answered it as thoroughly as I could, being as honest as I could about the ethics and philosophy of it. What do you think, Brian? All right, Milo. See, I don't know anything about this. Is this right, Milo? Bee pollen collection rips the wings off bees. Not always, but it can. Is that right? Or correct me if I'm wrong, if that always happens, or some bees' wings get ripped off. So Brian says, yes, I did great. Okay, thanks, Brian. Thank you so much. Again, I just try to be as honest as I possibly can here. And I'm quite comfortable being honest. I feel very comfortable in my veganness. Graven, that's funny. That's a funny child's poem there that all children shall hear from this point out. Yeah, well, maybe the cow poop would eventually yield some psilocybin mushrooms. Who knows? Travis raises a more pragmatic concern. If the sole reason you have the cow is for poop, I think that's a problem. I don't know if it's an ethical problem, but it's a different kind of problem, some kind of problem. Foo would be in poop heaven tonight. I guess he checked out a little too early if he checked out. Okay, Garland Farm is back. So Garland Farm, you have our attention here. If you have a question for me, I would like you to ask it to me and stick around so we can all answer it together. So if you are here, Garland Farm, ask your question, and I will be on the lookout for Garland Farm. And if someone sees Garland Farm's question and I don't notice it, just inform me. Say, Ryan, Garland Farm asked his or her question. Can you tackle it? Oh, I'm glad you like our live stream, Mary, or love our live stream. If you got to go to sleep, you're getting too chill, totally fine. Or you can stick around and just let my voice put you off into sleep. Let me do that for you. I'm cool with that. You'll have some cool, funky dreams of bees and cows and poop. All right, so as we're waiting for Garland Farms to ask his or her question or state his or her point that's going to debunk veganism, I'll see what else you guys are asking. But again, let me know if there's any, if they ask something and I don't see it. Happy, healthy ASMR, right? Huh? That's what I'm going to do for Mary in New York. Carl says, I think Garland Farms is the one who is afraid to ask a legit question. Yeah, Garland, we're here. Ask your legit question. I want to answer your question as long as it's a legit question. No, I didn't see that, Brian. That's why I don't follow what carnivore people do. I don't care about them. They're no concern of mine. They can do whatever they want. I have no way to stop them, so I don't want to know what kind of gross nonsense carnivore people do. Ryan, they're screen recording me for views? Who's recording me for views? Okay, Garland Farms. Okay, you have a question about bees here. Okay, well we've been talking about bees, Garland. Do we have to keep talking about bees again? But anyway, let's get your question up here so we can examine it. All right, so 1 second here. Oops.
I'm going to leave your words on this board for all my classes to enjoy, giving you full credit, of course.
All right. Usually I can paste that in the time of Mr. Hand's little monologue there, but let's check it out. Garland Farms. Why is honey not vegan? Let's go. Okay, are you gonna stick around, Garland Farms? Because I answered this question, and apparently you didn't listen or you were gone. So are you gonna stick around so I can only just answer it one time and not have to do the same thing over and over and over again? But anyway, why is honey not vegan? I'll answer that. But it's okay to drive bees and all pollinators into extinction with crop pesticides. Totally unrelated to veganism. 2, why do you use that harvest death paper? It excludes all crop protection deaths. I don't know. I didn't calculate this. If you have a problem with that paper, you can respond to them. But let's do question number 1 here, because this is my area of expertise. Mathematical modeling is not my field of study in school, but philosophy and logic are. So let's do question number 1. Why is honey not vegan? Okay, well, let's tell you why honey is not vegan. Again, let's go to the definition of veganism. We're against animal cruelty and exploitation. Do you get that? Animal cruelty and exploitation. So, while we're here, let's see what exploitation is. So we're on the same page. Let me make this a little bit bigger. 1 second. All right, the act right here, number 1, the act or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. So bees, well, let's talk about bees. Bees make honey for bees. They don't make it for humans. It's what they do. It's one of the main things that bees do is they produce honey via pollen harvesting. It's a lot of work. Then along comes some human and takes their work away from them, the work that the bees have been doing for the benefit of bees. And instead a human says, hey, I'm going to benefit from this. This is what exploitation is. The action or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. We're taking the work of bees away from them and benefiting from it, selling it, making money, or just even putting it in our own food directly from the beehive or whatever. We're getting sweetening, pleasure, and all that stuff. This is exploitation. I'm not making this up. This is the definition of exploitation. And again, veganism is against animal cruelty and exploitation. So I hope we answered the first part of your question here. Honey is not vegan because it involves exploitation. By definition, to take something away from the bee that they've been working hard for bee business, bee purposes, taking it for human business and making a business out of it, that's exploitation. We're benefiting from bees' work. But it's okay to drive bees and all pollinators into extinction with crop pesticides. Well, what does that have to do with veganism? Wrong. Like we're not, vegans aren't doing that. Vegans are in the business. We're not driving animals or insects into extinction. Vegans aren't the ones that are. Why are vegans responsible for the some of the bad practices of plant agriculture? I mean, isn't that the fault of meat eaters as well? You guys eat plants too. We're against animal cruelty and exploitation. So you're saying because there's some, let's get back to your point here about the driving bees and all pollinators into extinction with crop pesticides. So you're saying there's a problem in the world, and that's a bad problem. I'm not diminishing or dismissing that in any way. It's a problem. But so you're saying because of that problem, we should eat honey? That's what you're saying. Saying, hey, this is it's kind of a nirvana fallacy of sorts. Or what kind of fallacy is it? Because they're saying because there's a problem, some imperfection in the world here, we might as well consume honey, right? That's what I'm hearing. What is that? How is this even related? Is what I'm asking you. How is the fact that there's problems that the agriculture industry is responsible for? I assume that to be true. Let's make that a given here. How does that justify consuming honey? Please be specific. How does the bad practices of agriculture justify animal exploitation, or in this case, a bee exploitation? Because that's what number 1 says. Animal agriculture is bad, therefore we should consume honey. That's the logic of number 1. So please explain that, because I think your thinking is flawed here. There's no connection between the horrors of plant agriculture and making honey consumption not inherently exploitative. So I'd love to see the mental gymnastics you're going to have to use to connect those two dots, because they're not related. Dr. Bear, these anti-vegans need to go back to school and learn some logic and critical thinking. That would be awesome. That would be amazing. Dr. Bear, exactly. It's ridiculous to bend over backwards trying to justify honey consumption when you just use something else. Exactly. Yep, sweet potato sister, you see here, people will literally say anything. Hey, I want to consume honey because animal agriculture is doing bad things to bees and other critters and creatures. So honey consumption should be totally fine and cool and not considered bad by vegans because there's so many bad things in the world happening to bees due to plant agriculture. Garland posted a video of me about half an hour ago. Well, Garland, if you're, well, first of all, that's really lame. I'm taking time out of my live stream to painfully answer your question here. I answered it as clearly and concisely as possible. You're committing a logical fallacy here, trying to say there's all these problems in the world. Let's consume honey then. There's no connection here. And then you're taking clips of my live stream illegally without my consent and using it for your own anti-vegan purposes. Why should I even bother answering your stupid questions then? If you're going to exploit me, you're exploiting me, right? You're taking my work here, my live stream, and using that for your own personal benefit here. So you're totally fine with exploiting animals, bees, and humans. Good work there. You're a nice person. I can tell there. Someone I totally want to buddy down with. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, they're exploiting me for views, Griffin. Exactly. And Milo, yeah, just eat more organic stuff. Yeah, if you're against the ills of the big agriculture business, and point number one here, crop pesticides, and eat organic stuff. Exactly. I eat tons of organic stuff. If that is your true concern of you, Garland Farms, if you are a champion of saving the bees because of the horrors of the non-organic agriculture industry, then change starts with you, Garland Farms. Don't blame this on me. Don't blame this on vegans. Blame it on yourself for being a part of this whole system that is exploitative and destroying our planet and all life on it. So yeah, eat more organic stuff than the crap that I assume you're probably eating. Maybe you're not, but I'm just saying, don't blame this on vegans. This is not a vegan thing. What's that, Resident Jess? I'm not sure if I understand you. Are you saying that taking honey away from bees is not exploitative? Maybe I'm misreading what you're saying there. If so, explain that. I'm just kind of curious how you see humans taking the work of bees away from them, bee stuff away from the bees and using it for human purposes, how that's not exploitative. Just kind of curious. I'm not saying you're a bad person and believe that. I would just like to hear. Organic uses blood meal, bone, and livestock manure. I mean, it can. I mean, I guess that fits in the definition of organic, but I've done organic farming here in my house, and I know many local organic farmers, and the ones I know don't use that stuff. So just because it's allowed doesn't mean it's always in there. It's by definition used by all organic farming, because it's not, because you're lying if that's what you're asserting. Yeah, I guess by definition it can be in there, but it doesn't mean it's actually in there. So yeah, good point, but it's a kind of a red herring of sorts, or am I bringing up the right fallacy there? You guys there's so many fallacies that come up, I can't even keep up with them. Yeah, Brian Kroc. I agree with you. I didn't even get to that. Yeah, Brian. I'm going to read Brian Kroc's comment verbatim here because I agree with it 100%. I just went through the philosophy, the ethical philosophy of why honey is not vegan, because it's exploitative. But yeah, my reason is yours the same, Brian. My reason for not eating honey is because there are a bunch of alternatives. Yeah, like agave, maple syrup, dates. The list continues on. Exactly. Furthermore, I want to add to that, there's not some kind of essential nutrient in honey, like without which we would die or something like that. Then maybe there'd be an argument made for it, maybe, but there's no need to eat honey. You don't have to eat honey. It's not like you're going to die or something. You're going to be deficient. There's no necessary reason to consume honey. So why exploit bees needlessly? If you need a sweetener, you can have plant sweeteners and not exploit things to do it. Anyway. So you want to bring any more? Garland Farms, are you still here? Do you want to bring any more fallacies and exploit my live stream for your purposes? Is this reason to ban someone? Do I need to make up a new rule? Like, don't like steal from my live stream for your own purposes. Make your own live stream. I mean, I provide a nice service here. I answer questions in an honest and objective way. How many other like vegans take the time and have the raw bravery to do that, you know, to put themselves out there in a live situation and answer questions completely honestly as possible I can, and logically and clearly as I possibly can to anti-vegans. And how do you guys repay me? You guys like want to steal my content and try to twist it? Like, what did I say that was inherently logically or conceptually wrong? If so, correct me right now, Mr. or Mrs. Garland Farms. Just tell me, what did I say that was logically or conceptually, factually incorrect? Please share it with me instead of making some dumb video trying to say, look at Ryan's being deceitful or dishonest or something, because I'm not. Yeah, Milo, veganic farming doesn't use blood meal or any of that other crap that she mentioned there that involve animal products. And even if you're not concerned with veganic farming, a lot of farmers who are into organic farming are just accidentally veganic. I know one of our farmers here at Farmers Market. They're huge. They do also all kinds of citrus farms. Or they're known for their oranges. They use seaweed kelp as that's their go-to fertilizer. No bone meal or animal crap or anything like that. Seaweed. He's not a vegan. That's just what his preferred one. It produces the best citrus. Garland Farms, organic farming uses a gargantuan amount of wood chip. No, I've done veganic farming here, Garland Farms. It didn't use any wood chips. Bernard Farms here in Southern California, who uses the kelp, doesn't use a gargantuan amount of wood chips or whatever. So yeah, you can, if you want, use, it's like we said, like organic farming uses blood meal. They can, but it's not a necessary part of organic farming. And I guess veganic farming can use a gargantuan amount of wood chips or even a small amount of wood chips, but you don't have to use any wood chips, as I can attest to in my organic farming and other organic farmers like Bernard Ranch or Bernard Farms in Riverside County. Look them up. They don't use any of that crap unless they've radically changed their fertilizer philosophy in the past couple of years. I haven't talked to them about it in a couple of years. Hey, Produce Not Pills, you're going to be in SoCal in July. What are you going to be doing out here? Let me know. What are your plans out here? You're going to be like vacationing or what? Let's see. Yeah, you guys raised a good point. I'm going to read what Dr. Bear is saying to me, that Dr. Bear thinks I should ban Garland Farms because obviously he or she is not here in good faith. Yeah, they keep stating things as fact that are not factually true, like all veganic farming uses gargantuan wood chips. Nope. I just cited 2 examples that I know intimately that don't do that. All vegan farming or organic farming use blood meal. No, they don't. He's just here. He or she is not here in good faith. He thinks veganism is a misanthropic religion. What the hell? Is Garland Farms? I will ban them probably, but are you here? Are you here, Garland Farms? I'm not going to let Garland Farms ask any other questions. Please tell me how veganism is a religion that hates humans. So please explain this one to me. Please tell me, how veganism is a religion, and furthermore, a religion that is at its core one that is hateful of the human race or something like that. So please explain that one to me, because that's going to take some just completely insane, wacky, zany mental gymnastics and fantasies to come up with some bizarre story that paints veganism as some kind of religion that's misanthropic. I'd love to hear that one. I want that. Please, Garland Farm. I'm not going to ban them now just because you let me know that. So please, if you are here, lay this on me, because this is going to be gold comedy. It's going to be just poop crap nonsense. That's all it's going to be. Poop crap nonsense. Yeah, Dr. Bear wants to hear this too. We all want to hear this. So are you here, Garland Farms? I know you're going back and forth, trying to use clips of this live stream for your own exploitative purposes, exploiting me, a human being. But anyway, please tell us all. We all want to know. We are just waiting to hear this one. This is going to be comedy gold. Tell us how veganism is a misanthropic religion. Yeah, good detective work, Brian Kroc. Yeah, did you sleuth that one out? She said, awesome. What's that resident jest? Garland Farms says veganism is hateful because a vegan diet lacks several nutrients. Wait, that's not connected. Wait, how do you go from the assertion that vegan diets are lacking nutrients, okay, which is not a true fact or anything, but let's just say that word. Let's say vegan diets were lacking nutrients. How does it follow from that we hate humans? Do you see there's an enormous gulf between the two ideas? Vegan diets lacking in nutrients. Vegans hate humans. You need something in between there, because that logic sucks butt. Is that proper to say? Is that a proper thing to say for a family-oriented channel? Your logic sucks butt. Vegans are nutrient deficient, and on the conclusion of that is vegans hate humans. You're missing several premises to get from point A to the conclusion. From your first premise of vegans are deficient to vegans hate humans. You need several more premises to get there. I mean, you would fail any introduction to a critical thinking or logic class. That is just crap reasoning there. That makes no sense. I know someone paraphrased Garland Farms, but if that's an accurate paraphrasing, that is horrible. Garland Farms, oh, you're here. So just tell me, since someone's paraphrasing for you, I want you to speak for yourself. Let's assume that paraphrasing was totally misrepresentative, and I apologize. Let's just assume that, okay? You can speak for yourself now. Just tell us, how is it that, please explain to me. I want to know if I hate humans. Maybe you're going to change me tonight, Garland Farms. You're going to make me realize the dogmatic slumber of hate that I've been following and practicing for 12 years as a vegan. So maybe you're going to snap me out of it. My life will change tonight because of you. So please help me. Help me to help myself and enlighten me. Please show me how I'm in a religion that hates humans. So first of all, show me how veganism is a religion, and then let me know how it's one that hates humans. We all want to know. Maybe you're going to convert us all tonight, because who wants to be in a hate religion, a religion that hates humans? That would be horrible. That would be horrible. And this cult leader would quit being a vegan cult leader like that. Okay, so just show us. Yeah, Joseph Logan, there are thousands of vegan diets. There's no such thing as the vegan diet. Let everyone repeat after your cult leader. Let's all say this in unison at the same time. There is no such thing as a vegan diet. Just like there's no such thing as a meat-eating diet. There's a million ways you could eat a meat-eating diet. There's a million ways you can eat plants. There's no such thing as a vegan diet. So anyway, please tell us. We're going to wait here. Don't say you can't say it here, you don't have enough room. Just type it out. Just tell me. If you have a basic idea or example or argument, you should be able to get it out in a few sentences or a few paragraphs. So have a go at it, Garland Farms. Help us all here. Maybe you're gonna have us all quit being vegan tonight once we learn that, wow, we have been in a human-hating religion all these years. Whoa, mind blown. Garland Farms woke us up out of this. Wow, you know? Thank you, Londell Onyx, for repeating your cult leader's wise words here. There is no such thing as a vegan diet. Yeah, Dr. Bear, where are you? Garland Farms, where are you? Tell us how veganism is a misanthropic religion. We are waiting. I've paused the live stream. We are not moving on to the other discussion, because this is mind-blowing. This is revolutionary. If you could prove to us that veganism is a human-hating religion, I might consider quitting veganism right here on the spot. Wouldn't you love to see that? And you could use this in your live stream, in your video that you're making about me, Garland Farms. Vegan quits veganism on the spot after hearing anti-vegan arguments. So let's hear this. You can get 1 million views maybe having this happen on this live stream if you steal my content. So let's check it out. Yeah, Graven, we're still waiting, Garland. Come on, sweetheart, enlighten us. Vegan Wesker, I was so deficient until Reese's released the vegan peanut butter cup. Well, first of all, as Garland Farms is gathering his or her thoughts, let's already counter some of the possible things that they might try to throw at us, such as, let's go to, are vegan diets inherently nutrition? You're back. All right, cool. Let's see what you're saying here. Okay. All right, Garland Farms, I got your words here. We're going to put you up on the wall for all to see.
I'm going to leave your words on this board for all my classes to enjoy, giving you full credit, of course.
Yes, and we are giving you full credit, of course, on this one. So veganism is a cult. Let's see this. The vegan cult is a relatively small group led by charismatic leaders. Oh, you're talking about me, right? So am I a vegan cult leader? Requiring unwavering devotion to veganism. Defectors are considered heretics and are attacked. So who's one of these charismatic cult leaders? Is that me? First of all, let me tell you, because I'm wearing a cult leader shirt right now. Isn't that kind of coincidental? So am I a vegan cult leader, Garland Farm? Just kind of curious. Do you consider me a vegan cult leader, a small group led by charismatic leaders? I mean, I could be guilty as charged, right, guys? I got the shirt on right now, so this is awesome. Yeah, I want to go through this, but I first want to establish if I'm a vegan cult leader. I would like to know if in his or her minds I am one of these charismatic leaders, because that's awesome. I like that. That's like a compliment. I'm a charismatic leader. Yeah, I never considered myself a charismatic leader. But anyway, as Garland Farms is spinning some more fantasies together, let's go through his or her claim here. Requires unwavering devotion to veganism. No, you're factually and conceptually mistaken here. All veganism requires is not this. 1 second here. It doesn't require anything. It's a belief. This statement is not like religion, like thou shalt not murder. It just says veganism is. It's describing. It's not proclaiming what you must do. It just says if you're against animal cruelty and exploitation and you want to do something about it, like not eat animals, that's what veganism is. It doesn't require anything. It just is a belief you have. It's like I have a belief right now that murdering human beings is wrong. Raping human beings is wrong. Does that make me in a cult or something? Like, say I apply those same beliefs I have about humans to animals. I believe killing animals, exploiting animals is wrong. Raping animals is wrong. But also I'm in a cult now. If I have that belief towards animals, I'm in a cult. But if I have that belief towards humans, oh, you're not in a cult. Like, explain. It's just a belief system. It's like if you believe something is wrong, how does that make you in a cult? That's all vegans do. All vegans do is have a belief that animal cruelty and exploitation is wrong. And you can add on that, yeah, animals have certain inherent rights. And how is this a cult? So we're waiting for our person to come back, but this all veganism is. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. But he or she says unwavering devotion to veganism. I mean, what do you mean unwavering? I have an unwavering devotion to not murdering human beings. Nothing's going to change my mind that, yeah, going out and murdering people is totally cool. No, I'm committed to my ethics and morals that murdering people is wrong. It's unwavering, yeah, because it's wrong, and it's wrong to exploit animals and treat animals cruel. I mean, are you going to say it's cool? It should just go hit your cows and cats and dogs and just kill them. They're animals. Who gives a crap? They don't care. They don't matter. I mean, yeah, I consider my morals unwavering because I believe in them. I don't think that makes me a cult member, because I don't think people that believe murder is wrong are considered cult members. That's the point I'm trying to make. John Stephen, veganism is polytheistic. God of bok choy, God of Beyond Burgers, etc. You got it. We do have multiple gods there. Defectors are considered heretics and are attacked. No, I've said this a million times. Are you watching Garland Farms? If someone wants to quit being vegan, fine. Totally fine. I don't really give a shit if someone all of a sudden one day says, I'm not going to be vegan anymore. You know, what does bother me and why I make response videos is because on their way out, they throw veganism under the bus by making up a bunch of lies. Like, you know, like just watch any of the people's videos I responded to. I mean, the videos I make to people why I'm no longer vegan. They're just making a bunch of stupid crap up. Like I said, if they want to quit vegan and just leave and say, I tried it for a few years and, you know, I'm doing something different now. Okay, I'll be disappointed, obviously, but, you know, I don't control their lives. I'm not their boss. I'm not a dictator or an authoritarian like some of these anti-vegans wish they were on us. Fine, they can do what they want. But my point is, I respond when these people make stupid videos lying about veganism, like vegan diets are deficient, vegan diets are unhealthy, and this complete nonsense like that. Vegan diets kill all these bugs or whatever, you know. That's what I respond to when people just throw veganism under the bus on the way out. So if you consider defectors are considered heretics and attack, no, change your wording here to those who quit veganism and lie about it to all who will listen, like Tim Sheaf did. I have the right to respond to the misinformation and present the actual truth of the matter. Yeah, as long as you don't throw it on the way out. Oh God. The vegan menu is sourced from crops. I mean, what do you think your stupid animals eat? No, the animals aren't stupid. I mean, it's the animals who are slaughtered. I mean, not to say the animals are stupid. I mean, you're animals. What do you? I didn't mean to offend any animals there. I don't know why stupid came out there, but I mean, the stupid practice of raising animals for slaughter. What do you think they're fed? You don't say, oh, you only grass-fed beef because you don't have enough land mass on planet Earth to feed all people. It's just something only a privileged few can do. You need at least 3 Earths according to the most conservative mathematics. And I know because I actually did the calculations using the most conservative numbers possible. But anyway, let's get back to your point here. Poop text. 1 second. That's what I call this little window here. Actually, now you're flinging poop on the walls. You do know what you're doing here, right? You're not answering my questions. You're moving on. See, let's look at the rules of how to engage me here because you are violating them. But I will answer this one time. When trying to debunk veganism, which Garland Farms is trying to do, I will discuss only one of your claims at a time. Once I show that your first claim was crap and makes no sense and is laughable, don't bring up a new claim and start throwing poop on my walls. Bring up one claim and argue it as if your life depended on it. Really support it. If you really believed the first point you made, you wouldn't have came back with this stupid point now about what's your new stupid point here? The vegan menu is sourced from crops. No, I'm not going to allow this. I mean, who do you think eats more crops than any other on the planet? Vegans, humans, or animals? What do you think, Garland Farms? Who do you think consumes the most crops on the planet? Humans, vegans, meat eaters, or crap, I'm trying to get rid of your thing here. Or animals. No, livestock consume the vast majority of plants raised on planet Earth. So don't blame it on the vegan menu is sourced from crops. Your animals are eating way more crops than vegans are eating from the vegan menu. We eat plants, and so do your livestock. Okay, hang on a second. Why am I having so much trouble here? Probably because I'm vegan and deficient. Wait, something's gone wrong here. Oh, I know what's going on. Okay, my bad, guys. Here we go. There we go. So I'm not going to let you off the hook here. You can't come here and just fling poop on the walls here. You didn't answer any of my questions. You didn't say if I was a charismatic vegan cult leader, and you said the requiring unwavering devotion to veganism. No, veganism is not something you have devotion to. It's a stance against animal cruelty, just like I have a stance against raping people. So you have to respond. You have to defend your point here. You're not allowed to fling poop on my walls and just not acknowledge that I just totally trashed your stupid points here. All right, you just flung some more poop on the walls. Okay, bye. You obviously don't care about one thing I'm saying here. You're just here to promote your your twisted point of view, despite logic and evidence proving otherwise. Facts don't matter to people like Garland Farms. Facts are irrelevant. Only his or her opinion matters, and facts are irrelevant. They couldn't prove that veganism is a cult, requiring unwavering devotion to some kind of cult belief. No, we just believe animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong. Simple, easy, chill belief. It couldn't be more basic and peaceful and easy than that. So Garland Farms, you've been banned for not participating in an honest, open discussion. You're not answering any of my questions. You're not responding in any way. You're just throwing more poop on the walls, and you're gone. Oh, anyway, let's get back to other stuff here. He's just pasting anti-vegan stuff he found on Google. Yeah, that person's banned. That's why I have these rules. These rules are just really basic. Oops, wrong thing here. Let's just quickly reacquaint ourselves what we expect from people. If you're here to debunk veganism, rule number 3, I'll only discuss one of your claims at a time. We will analyze that claim very thoroughly, maybe too thorough for these anti-vegans' likings, because these claims are really easy to dismantle. It's really easy to point out their logical, factual, and conceptual errors, and they're riddled with them. So after I do that, just don't throw new poop on that line of reasoning to work. Let's try this one, this finger poop app. Don't do that. Just admit that your first claim sucked, and you can come back in the future and try a new one. But if you're going to keep flinging a poop on the walls, I will not allow you to come back and just litter up our live stream with your poop. Anyway. Whew, what's wrong with these people, guys? What's so wrong with these people? Veganism is a cult. I mean, how is it a cult? I mean, am I a cult leader? That's what I really want to know. Am I considered a vegan cult leader? Wouldn't even answer that stupid basic question. So anyway, that was fun, I think, huh? Song MLF says, I misunderstood veganism for years. I thought it was a diet before watching our channel. Awesome, cool. I'm glad I helped you in better understanding what veganism is. I began eating only plants after watching my pop have 2 failed heart surgeries. Wow. Wow, thanks for sharing that song MLF. Hey, thank you, Ian Moyman, for your weekly cult dues, because you're a cult leader. You need your weekly cult dues here. You're charismatic cult leader here. Needs your cult dues. I'm charismatic. I think the person was talking about me. I'm going to assume that that farms person was talking about me when they referred to charismatic vegan cult leaders. I'll take that. Thank you. That's a nice compliment here. Bill, oh, I thought you were in LA because you're always watching the Lakers, but you're actually in Oregon. Okay, thanks for sharing that for people in the Eugene area. Cool. Allison, some people have been timed out, some people have been banned. I'm like Dirty Harry. After shooting the 6 bullets or so, I kind of lost track of how many and what happened. We'll just see what happens in a moment, after timeouts and stuff. Oh, cool. And annoying but morally consistent. Scored some of Bill's tips there too. Awesome. Yeah, Allison, and we're not even talking about the mental anguish and abuse and exploitation that happens to slaughterhouse workers too. It's one of the most high turnover jobs, more mental health issues from that job than anything I've heard of. Okay, you grew up in LA, lived here for 35 years. So good for you. Good for you, Bill, for getting out of California, getting out of the rat race of LA into probably a rat race of Eugene, maybe. Dr. Bear, I think that person you're atting is a troll, and I timed them out for being such. Uncle, yeah, I should add the word charismatic, huh? at the beginning. It's just my shirt. I should get a little font here. Charismatic vegan cult leader. Maybe I'll have Angie make me a new one that says charismatic vegan cult leader, because that's what that farming person said we are, right? Yeah, there's more concerts down here for sure. Pretty much every band in the world, makes a stop in the LA area. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with moving to Hawaii and not seeing bands again. I'm cool. Seeing bands has become such a fiasco now with Ticket Shafter and Live Nation, their monopoly and all their stupid fees and everything, and their surge pricing, and it just sucks now. I mean, it's just so frustrating to get tickets online, even for bands that aren't even that famous anymore. It's still frustrating. But if you want to see a really famous band, it's one of the worst experiences ever. So I'm kind of overseeing bands now. If I just watch a live stream and don't have to deal with all the nonsense of Ticketmaster, I'm cool. Joseph Logan, you think the main fear of going vegan is all the extreme diets and unhealthy diets? What do you mean the fear? Like, don't eat or don't follow these extreme unhealthy diets, right? No one says when you go vegan you have to eat some weird extreme unhealthy diet. Yeah, Biden banned those fees. He banned the junk fees for Ticketmaster and Live Nation, but now they're just going to state those fees up front. So the fees aren't going away. Bottom line is you're going to pay more than you should, but you'll know about it ahead of time. It's like, I don't want to make an analogy. It's like getting Anyway, I'll move on here. Well, Carl, interesting. I'll check it out from Bite Size Vegan. Thanks for sharing that. Uncle, yeah, they have the concerts on the beach there by your house, huh? Yeah, I saw Huntington Beach is going to have something like that later on this fall. Yeah, oligopolies, yeah, stuff like that ruin everything now. Exactly. That's one reason why modern life sucks. A lot of you younger people don't realize how things were different like in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Things have really consolidated into oligopolies now. Like, oligopolies, it means instead of a monopoly, like one company ruling an industry, several, like two, there's like really two big ticket companies, so they can't say we're a monopoly. What's an oligopoly? Two of you guys dominate the market and dictate how it all works. Allison, oh, you live on Vancouver Island. How nice. That sounds so pleasant. That sounds chill. Yeah, capitalism is ultimate exploitation. Yeah. Yeah, otters and elephants. Great point. Eat a weird, non-extreme vegan diet. Exactly. So basic. Let's see. How's it going today? I've been on 2 hours and 21 minutes. Not too shabby, huh? For a deficient vegan. Yeah, if we have any more questions. Kai, if you have to ask why you're timed out, ask your legitimate question, all right? Just ask your legitimate question, Ty. We'll see if I will judge myself if it's a legitimate question or a troll's question, all right? Yep, if you're vegan, you can just have Oreos and beer all day, John. Uncle, interesting philosophical question. It couldn't be done. I need to order things using online. So there's no way. Even if I gave up social media, I would still use computers to do things that don't involve social media. But I like social media, obviously. I mean, it's a tool. You can use a hammer to build a house or to bludgeon someone to death, right? I prefer the house building side of that analogy. Moral schizophrenia. Interesting. Muthulan, good. You don't do social media anymore? Awesome. Good for you. That's what I'm hoping will happen. If I move out to Hawaii, I will just back off all social media. Just a little bit here. Do YouTube, live streams and stuff. Promote my band and music. Other than that. All right, Kai. I'll answer your question, even though I think you're trolling. Can a vegan eat animal products if it's not practical or possible? Like what? Like what would this example be? Like when going to restaurants or to family events? Well, these are planned things. I thought you were going to bring up something like your plane crashes in the mountains, you don't have any food or something like that. You can't plan ahead for that. But unless you're completely stupid, you should know when you're going to a family event, right? They send you an invitation days, weeks, or months ahead of time. That happens to us. We go to family events all the time, Kai. And what do you think we do? Do you think me and Angie start eating like turkey when we go like to someone's house or something for Thanksgiving or something? Do you think that's what we do? We say, hey, it's not possible or practicable for me to eat without eating turkey, so I'm going to sit down with these meat eaters and eat their food. Do you really think there's no way around that? There's no way to plan around that. You honestly think that's your fate? You have to do that. Honestly, you honestly sincere about that? That's what all us vegans do. We're vegan all year until we have to go to a family's house. Then we eat all the meat we want because it's not possible or practical to go to visit a family member and not be vegan. Yeah, Bill. I bring tofu to the salad bar. Exactly. You can bring your own food. I was just being facetious with these examples. Yeah, you just bring your stuff. I mean, how hard is it when you're going to a family event to bring some food for you? Because your family knows you're vegan and they don't have to accommodate you unless they want to. If they want to, awesome. But they don't have to. So if they're not going to, bring your own stuff. I bring food over that we bring from home. We'll stop by a burrito place on the way and bring the burritos over. Whatever we got to do. It's not that hard. Yeah, and uncle, if you go out with your family, yeah, there's usually plant-based options. Even if they don't call it that, you can usually find a potato if you go to an American restaurant. Hey, can you bring me a potato, waiter? I know this might be a real wild thing to ask, but can you bring me a baked potato and not go to the trouble of drizzling stupid butter on that? Is that too wild of a thing to ask for at this restaurant? No, they can always, if you're at an American restaurant, they can bring you a potato. If you're at an Asian restaurant, you can always find rice, put some soy sauce on top. And if you're at an Asian restaurant, they always have little things, dishes like broccoli and, chow mein, stuff like that. There's plants that you can eat. I can't think of any situation where there's not going to be plants involved. Everything's just a big hunk of meat and stuff. Kai says, it might ruin your friendship with loved ones if you do not, everyone has a family that's accepting it. Well, tough crap. I mean, I can't help how other people are going to react to me. If people are going to be an a-hole to me and disassociate from me because they don't like how I don't consume animal products, I don't know what to say to them. That's a pretty shitty friend or family member. If Ryan all of a sudden is not eating steak, I hate him now. He cannot be my friend or brother or whatever. Then what kind of dick is that? I mean, that's a bigoted opinion. So I don't know what to tell you. Just bring your food over. All right, Kai. So I think you're trolling. I like your questions, but I'm going to put you in timeout because I think you're trolling. Oops. I'm having problems here. All right, let's move on. I think he's just trolling, but I gave you an honest answer. So you can't get mad at me. I gave an honest answer to a troll question. Yeah, uncle, your family shouldn't be rude to you and be understanding. Exactly. Why would your family hate you or be mean to you because of a personal decision you made? That really doesn't affect them at all, Yeah, vegan moment. If your friends don't respect you for being vegan, they're not your friends, right? If they want you to be a certain way and they don't respect that, then how do they really care about you? Hey, Song MLF, thank you so much. Much appreciated for the super chat tip there. It's like coming out to your family. If you're LGBTQ, if you tell them, hey, I'm not straight, if your family hates you because of that or your friends dislike you because of that, do they really love you? If it's like they don't allow you to be yourself, it doesn't really affect them much. It's like, why does that bother them? Same thing. If you come out as vegan, it doesn't really affect them much. It's just something that you're doing for yourself and for the animals. Why do they have to get personally butthurt about it? Nicholas Bustos, are you bringing up that ask yourself argument, the Dr. Avi and ask yourself popularized by Vegan Gains argument? Let's see. I see someone respond to you, Dr. Bear's doing it, and this is a great response. I agree with Dr. Bear. I didn't go vegan because I'm bothered by what lions and wolves do. I mean, who goes vegan because of that? Who watches a documentary and sees a lion eating a gazelle like, I'm going vegan now? And I know the reason why most all of us went vegan is because we saw animal cruelty and exploitation and realized on a deep, profound level that is inherently, ethically, morally wrong and unnecessary. There is an alternative way of living which seeks to exclude as far as possible and practical all forms of cruelty and exploitation. Yeah, vegan. That's why we go vegan. We're against animal cruelty and exploitation. Who cares what lions do in the wild? Like, how does that relate to... Let's look at the definition of veganism. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. I see animals being kept in feedlots, rounded into trucks, packed into trucks, dehydrated, taken to slaughterhouses. That's why I went vegan. I didn't go vegan because of what an eagle does. There's an eagle hunting a rat or something like that. I mean, that's totally not what veganism is. That's something else. I don't know what that is. That's something else, but that's not what veganism is. Like, really, honestly, who is that person, Nicholas? Who? Can you name me a single person you know? Maybe you do. Let me know if you actually know a real, living, flesh and blood vegan who went vegan because of eagles and tigers or coyotes or whatever. Let me know, because that's news to me. I've never heard of such a thing before. Dr. Bear, I didn't see make the best of what surrounds question or comment there, but about service animals from disabled people, I said I don't think that's what vegans should focus on. Yeah, I think there's way bigger fish to fry. That's a horrible analogy, I know. But I'm saying there's issues that vegans should be focusing on, and interfering with people who are disabled, potentially making their lives less livable, might not be the issue you want to like die on. You know what I'm saying? On that might not be the one you want to go fight the big fight on. There's other issues that vegans could focus on. Not to say I'm condoning any of this stuff or not. I mean, I'm just saying there's probably other stuff we should focus on than making the lives of differently abled people more challenging than it needs to be. And again, I've talked about this before. I don't have any close friends that rely on companion animals to get through their disabilities and different abilities. But I've seen some up close. There's a guy at the gym who can't see all that well, and I see him there with his dog, and it's just a dog. He doesn't do anything weird other than help guide him around. He sits there, loves it, he pets it like any other non-service dog. He treats it just like a regular loving dog-human relationship. I've not really personally seen the inherent cruelty and exploitation in that or anything. It's a dog that receives special training before going to this seeing challenged person at the gym, but it looks like from there on out it's a regular loving human dog relationship. I'm not seeing cruelty and exploitation. Not to say it doesn't exist in that whole practice, but I haven't seen it personally. That's why I think we have bigger fish to fry. I don't want to use that expression again. We have bigger issues to face than trying to take a blind person's dog away from them. Let's call it vegan fish. Isn't there a vegan fish product now or something? We're talking about frying fish. Yeah, Vin Moyman, lions don't have factory farms either. Getting back to that whole discussion, huh? Yeah, Vin Moyman, let's focus on making humans vegan. Once we do that, maybe we could worry about wild animals. You know, humans have moral capacity. We're moral agents. People can choose veganism. It's compatible with their biology and nutrition. I'm not sure about lions and stuff. Like, first, they can't go vegan because they're not moral agents. They don't have capacity for moral thought. Second, I'm not sure if they would work for them. I don't know. Let's focus on humans who we know are moral agents and can eat a vegan plant-based diet and be quite fine. make the best of what's around. Oh, cool. If that's the hill you want to die on as a vegan, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not a fascist. I'm not an authoritarian. You can do that if you want. That's not going to be the fight I want to fight. I have other things that that I'm more concerned about as a vegan. But if that's your issue, cool. We all can't be concerned about all the same issues. So many different issues within veganism. If that's the hill you want to die on, go for it. You have my blessing. I'm not going to stop you. All right, Chris, I got to go get some food too. I'm pretty famished. I didn't eat that well yesterday. Nicholas Bustos, not worry about wild animals. I thought we are supposed to care for all animals. Again, let's look at the definition of veganism. Where does it say that we're supposed to care about every animal out there? So I'm against animal cruelty and exploitation. Humans, let's look at the original definition. Let's scroll down because this is the augmented updated version. Let's go back to what Leslie Drake Cross pointed out in 1949. Right here, I'm going to highlight it. The principle of the emancipation of animals from exploitation by man. This is the base of their definition that they expanded upon over the years. That humans shall not exploit animals. They added cruelty in there after years had passed. This is what veganism is at its core. We're against animal cruelty and exploitation. Man's exploiting cruelty to animals. So where in here does it say we should care about any animal out in the wild that might be not feeling good? Like, according to Nicholas here, if I were to be walking out doing my business, going to work, and I see like an injured duck, I got to stop what I'm doing. If it's suffering, I got to help it. I got to soothe it, maybe pet it and tell it, hey, you're going to be okay. Maybe I could try to put a Band-Aid on. I mean, that's not the business of vegans. We're against humans exploiting animals. My business isn't to go help an injured duck or something like that. I can't be the person who's in charge of that. It's not my field of expertise. I'm not a vet. I don't have a duck rescue set up here in my yard. I don't harm animals. I don't exploit animals. I don't consume animal products. So you're coming up with your own definition of hypocrite good night. No, you're a hypocrite because you have your own custom definition of veganism that doesn't go back to the core. It's about humans not exploiting animals. But you change it to that no animal anywhere in the world could be harmed or anything like that. If there's any suffering going on with any animal, it's the vegan's business to stop what they're doing and start helping easing the suffering of animals. So how am I a hypocrite? Please explain to me. I'm going by the definition of veganism that goes back to the 1940s. You're using some bizarre argument that Dr. Avi came up with in 2021. And Dr. Avi does not, as much as I think he's a cool dude, he's not the person in charge for what veganism is. That's not his job. He's a dermatologist. He's not the boss of vegan definitions. Again, no disrespect. I'm just saying that's not, he's not the vegan cult leader. I am the vegan cult leader. Just kidding. There's no vegan cult. That's why we made this shirt. It's facetious. Yeah, he's not the cult leader. I'm the cult leader. And the cult leader goes back to the oldest definition of veganism, humans not exploiting animals. But if other people want to add on to that, any animal that gets harmed in the wild, if Nicholas stayed around, I would show why Avi's argument is flawed. And I'm not speaking behind his back. I had a conversation with him in Ask Yourself in private. I hope they didn't record it or something. I told him we're just going to have this conversation together. Because that's what I do. I like to have chats, but I'm not like necessarily into it for debating. But I showed them the problem with their argument and how it led to absurd or really uncomfortable consequences. And I'll say that, again, I'm not saying this behind their back. I shared this with them in front of their faces. I'm not speaking behind anyone's back. It led to really bizarre consequences. Like if we agree that if we were to apply their principle that like, okay, we should kill all the lions and all the eagles because they can't be on vegan diets, they're violating animals' rights and killing them. Well, that same principle should apply to humans. My mom won't go vegan. even though she has moral agency, which animals do not, we should kill my mom because, hey, she's going to keep on killing animals as long as she continues to be alive. According to their philosophy, if you apply that same principle that the eagles and the lions and tigers and everything should be killed because they hunt, so should my mom and every other meat eater. It would be killing like 7 billion people or something like that. It's absurd. It's crazy. It's wacky, zany Looney Tunes. Anyway, but anyway, again, I'm not speaking behind their backs. I've said this all openly, and I'm still, still of that same opinion. Anyway, so I'm glad Nicholas is gone. He couldn't handle it. He didn't want to listen to my reasoning, and so be it. Go argue that vegans should kill all the lions and eagles on the planet. See how that goes over. Yeah, I should get going too, guys. I'm starting to feel pretty hungry. I didn't eat all that well yesterday because I was busier than normal and went out in the evening, and I felt it today at the gym. So I want to make sure I'm eating very well today. So unless you have any questions, let's see, Dr. Barry, that's a bummer that people are still bringing up the ridiculous kill all the lions and eagles idea years later. I mean, that's what people want veganism to, they want veganism to fight that, huh? Vegans are the ones that want to go out and hunt all the lions. I mean, then you could have a club of vegan hunters, right? Vegans hunters going to Africa and shooting all the lions and tigers and cheetahs and everything. I mean, what an idea. We'd be the laughing stock of the planet. We kind of already are, but that would just, be the big nail in the coffin for that. Not available. Humane Hancock, illogical vegans trying to distract us from man-inflicted animal abuse and suffering. Is he part of that whole line of thinking too, not available? I don't know. I don't follow him. I've seen him say, I don't follow much, but the little things I've seen people show, he's said some things that really frightened me, so I don't really follow people who promote views that I find just not, what I'm saying, that seemed downright horrific. Anyway, hey Robert Burr, how's it going? I may be going really soon too. Yeah, piranhas too. Yeah, a lot of fish would have to be killed too, like sharks and stuff. And we're talking about mass extinction across the planet because of vegans are upset about the lions and tigers and piranhas and all. Anyway, what do you think make the best of what's around? Is it right for vegans or non-vegans to kill spiders or insects in the house? I mean, I'll tell you what I do. I make a point not to kill animals, or not animals, spiders and stuff like that in my house. I mean, I trap them. I'm really good. I have a big cup. You get a postcard, seal the top up, and then just go chuck fling them out in the yard or set them down, however you want to let them out. Yeah, that's how I get rid of spiders. However, ants are a different story. I mean, sometimes you have an infestation, like in my plumbing. I'll turn on the tub and they'll come out with the water. I mean, I can't save them. They're going down the drain. I can't fish out every little ant. I mean, am I not vegan then? I mean, I don't know when it's going to happen. It happens at random, usually during the hottest heat waves of summer. And it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes I turn it on and you just see them coming out of the water. Like, oh, I just killed a bunch of ants, I guess, or drowned a bunch of ants unintentionally. So yeah, I mean, again, let's look at the definition of veganism. That's it. One second here, guys. All forms of cruelty and exploitation. I'm not exploiting ants, but there is cruelty by drowning them as far as possible and practical. I mean, am I not allowed to turn on the water as a vegan? I'm saying, I mean, like I said, they're not always there. Just sometimes during the hottest heat wave, they get into the plumbing. I mean, as far as possible and practical. So if I happen to turn on the water and they come out and they're in there, I'm still vegan. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that they're in there for sure. Yeah, John, I'd rather trap and release too, which I do with the spiders. Can't really do that with the ants as much, especially if they're in your plumbing at random. Yeah, good point, Dr. Bear. Yeah, even if we have like something worse than what I have, like an infestation that's threatening your health or something like that. Yeah, if you have an infestation threatening your health, you can call an exterminator. You don't have to live with filth and get illness from being vegan. Again, as far as possible and practical, veganism doesn't require you to have your house be infested with rodents and all kinds of crazy like insects that are like termites eating your house up and stuff like that. No, we can live in houses that are not crumbling due to infestation. Ant showers. Yeah, for me it's baths, but yeah, same thing. They're coming out of the plumbing. So anyway, yeah, possible and practical, Robert Bird. Yeah, people that try to take veganism so extreme, you got to remember that as far as possible and practical, no one's perfect. You know, if an ant comes out of your sink and it goes in the drain, hey, you're still vegan. You know, but yeah, that being said, yeah, capture things. If you see a lizard or mouse in your house or a spider, try to capture it. You know, don't be stupid and try to smash it or something. Just especially if it's like a mammal, like a rodent or something like that. Try to catch it if you can and get it out of the house. Allison, yeah, are they monitoring the vegan channels too? Yeah, about that command center that the animal industry has, monitoring all this social media content and stuff like that. Are they watching me right now? You guys watch her now, meat industry. Hello, we know your stupid arguments, but anyway, yeah, John, I'm with you. I try not to hurt them, but I mean, you have to use the hose and water your lawn or wash your clothes or whatever, right? You know, I mean, as far as possible and practicable. Yeah, Vian Moyman, I swear for bunnies, but not for bugs, 100%. You know, I'm not going to swear for a bug. You won't be able to see it anyway, but you sure as hell can see a bunny. What's that, Samuel? You don't trust vegans who sell the threat theory? What is the threat theory? Maybe I've heard of it, but not under that name. What is that? Because he might have meat and dairy influencers. That might be why they are so famous. What is the threat theory? I've not heard of that. That's good, non-available. Good for you. Yeah, maybe that's where the trolls come from. But, you know, we've had trolls forever. But maybe the meat industry has been doing this forever, too. They have the money. They have the money to do it. Jumping spiders. Whoa, we don't have those around here. Hope I don't have to see a jumping spider. I'm gonna go, but I want to hear Samuel tell me what this threat theory is. I'm curious. You got my curiosity going there. No, I actually don't remember right now, Samuel. But refresh my memory. Maybe it'll jar something up in my old deficient vegan brain. So, yeah, tell me what the threat theory is that you think the meat industry is behind. I'm curious because you said vegans are espousing this threat theory. So I'm kind of curious what it is. Yeah, please state it again. Dr. Bear doesn't remember either. Yeah, we're kind of curious. Okay, wow. I guess maybe the jumping spiders are not a California thing, is my guess. Anyone on the West Coast have jumping spiders? Maybe it's an East Coast thing or something. Very tiny and cute. Wow. Well, you know about jumping spiders, Uncle? You're in Southern California. Do you have jumping spiders? Or I'll ask Angie. This is like all new to me. The threat theory and jumping spiders are both very new to me. Little sniffles here. Sorry, veganism debunked, right? Let's see. Samuel's saying, if you are against the animal farming holocaust and want to stop it, okay, all right, sure. Well, by that same logic, you have to start a bigger holocaust of nature and people. What? I don't understand the logic. That's not some kind of logic. Like if the first half of that sentence is true, the second half follows. The same logic. You have to start a bigger holocaust of nature and people. Wow. Wouldn't it just be easier, Samuel, just to have people go vegan or at least eat plant-based? Wouldn't that be easier than like holocausting people in nature? That seems like a bit extreme and horrific and like Hitler-y or whatever. That sounds really bad. Not into it, let's say. Yeah, Dr. Bear, I'm with you. Yeah, I don't understand the connection between the two. The first, the then does not follow from the if. If we're talking about logic, it's not like a logical if-then statement. It's a huge leap in logic. But yeah, what's the goal? Like, what is the goal? To like save our planet and nature? Wouldn't it just be easier to get people to just be plant-based and maybe reduce greenhouse gas emissions through renewable energies and stuff like that, rather than doing some kind of human holocaust? I mean, this is pretty dark and evil. I guess there's a lot of dark and evil people out there. This is the theory they are selling, says Samuel, which is why I don't trust them. Yeah, I don't trust that either. That is just dark and evil. That's all I see in there is darkness and evil. They just want to do a mass human holocaust of some kind. Again, just win people's hearts and minds rather than killing them. That's never an answer to anything. Let's just kill a bunch of people. Why do so many people want to kill people these days? Any argument that ends in let's kill a bunch of people, run away. You're doing the right thing, Samuel. I just repeat it one more time. Anyone tells you, is trying to convince you of anything, vegan or anything, some political thing, religious thing, and the argument ends in, yeah, let's kill a bunch of people, run away. That's just crazy, evil crap. Get the hell out of there as quickly as you can. Bile thinks the meat industry uses AI to invent anti-vegan arguments. I don't know, because I haven't seen any new novel anti-vegan arguments really, Milo. I mean, I would love to see AI invent some anti-vegan arguments. I can't imagine what kind of weird stuff AI would come up with. I actually look forward to seeing some AI-created anti-vegan arguments. Yeah, Samuel. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's why I said that I've had these open discussions. Open, like open with them. I didn't want to be turned into a 3-hour podcast or something. Like open discussions with like Avi and Ask Yourself. Yeah. That same logic that I've heard them use to justify killing all the lions and tigers and eagles. That same, I called it a killing principle. It's like, if a creature will continually... If a living being, creature, whatever you call it, will continually keep having to have animals die in order for it to eat and stuff like that, then that creature has lost its right to live and should be killed. Well, again, if you can apply it to an eagle or a tiger, why not apply it to my mom, right? Again, if any argument ends with, let's kill a bunch of people, run away. It's some extreme, dark, wacky, zany stuff. And I'm saying that openly. It's any argument that ends, let's kill a bunch of people, get the hell out of there. Terrorism, whatever you want to call it, some weird dark crap. Yeah, exactly, Dr. Bear. The flaw in that logic is veganism isn't necessarily about reducing all suffering. Again, if I see an animal suffering, like a duck suffering, it's not my job to go help it or something like that. I'm just not going to eat animals and stuff like that. I don't need to ease its suffering, soothe it and stuff like that. No, I mean... Yeah, what'd you say there? It's about humans not exploiting and being cruel to animals. That's what veganism is. Not exploiting animals, not being cruel to animals. That's what veganism is at its core. Again, if you want to go back to the original definition, the doctrine of the emancipation of humans exploiting animals. Yeah, peace or violence. Peace or violence starts on your plate, for sure. Yeah, Jainas. Are you talking about Jainism there? Make the best of what you want. And some Buddhists might do that as well still, maybe. Yeah, Samuel, whoever came up with that theory is a dark person, and I want no part of it. So I don't know, got from someone else, but anyone who's espousing that theory, I'm just kind of distancing myself. I want no affiliation. Hey, aren't you friends with that guy that's saying we should kill all the humans and animals? Like, no, I'm not. I have nothing to do with that. I'm against animal cruelty and exploitation. I'm old school. I'm 1940s vegan. Yeah, things are so wacky, guys. Seriously, the world's just totally nuts. Another reason why I just want to get away and just like try to forget about all the crazy sadness of the world. I don't know if it's possible. It's a hope. It's an attempt, maybe. We'll see if it works or not. But don't worry, I'll still be making vegan content because I like doing it. Even with all the crazy nonsense, all the haters, this threat theory stuff, even to all this craziness, I still I like this. I like what I'm doing here. You feel me, Allison? I know it's really easy to kind of feel like that, huh? Just like, oh man, this world's so scary. I just want to kind of get away from it as much as I can. But anyway, yeah, once again, remember, if anyone's trying to argue for something and the argument ends with let's kill a bunch of humans, run away. Whew. All right, so let's see. Any last minute things? I'm getting hungry as H here. Hungry as heck. Wonder if I will do some... Angie was talking about making us a stir fry. We have all the ingredients for that. Or maybe we'll get some Canada Express again. I don't know. Talk with Angie. Anyway, it looks like I'm probably eating some form of Asian stuff tonight. Milo, that's a great idea. We need to use AI to create vegan programming. Clifton Roberts wanted to do this. He was ethics director with Intel. Huh. Interesting. I mean, I used ChatGPT to help me write an article for our website when I first discovered ChatGPT. It still seemed like I'd do a lot of work. I mean, it did the rough outline and I polished it up, you know. I don't know if it made things any quicker than if I just started it from scratch. But yeah, if we could somehow harness AI, because you know the anti-vegans and meat industry will, you know, so we need the same tools and weapons as they do too. Yeah, Samuel, this threat, I didn't know it's called the threat wanted you to describe it to me to see if I understood what it was conceptually. Yes, I knew that from, many discussions like that in the past with people. So I didn't know it had a name. It's called the threat theory. You say it's not vegan. Yeah, it doesn't seem vegan at all to kill a bunch of people and animals. That seems very not vegan. It seems very, I don't know what the word is, just evil. It looks quite clear that it came from the farming industry. Yeah, it could have. It makes it, at the very least, it makes us look stupid, like I say. It looks like a laughingstock in the eyes of the world who are not vegan. They go, wow, vegans are totally nuts, you know? John Connor would not like us making friends with AI. What's that, Uncle? Everyone has an opinion. As long as they aren't being harmful, don't hate them for having a different one than you. That goes back to the stuff we were talking about earlier tonight, Uncle, about people's families and friends being jerks to them, or someone's husband left them because the wife was vegan. I mean, yeah, as long as it's not harming anyone, like, what does it matter? Who cares? But yeah, we'll see where AI leads us. I really don't think, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think it's going to solve too many of our problems. I mean, as far as like, like climate change and, stuff like that, we already know what to do. The answers have been figured out way before AI. Animal agriculture, number one source of greenhouse gas emissions, burning carbon-based things. We know it. It's slow for people to actually do something about it en masse. AI, I don't see how AI is going to figure out, hey, if you do this other thing, if we all like go and pee on a rock, it'll do. I mean, it's not going to invent some new way of fixing our problems. We already know what the solutions are. It's just a matter of doing them, and we're not doing them all that well yet. Forget my example there. That was stupid. I was trying to think of something silly. Anyway, I don't think that would do a damn good thing for anything. So anyway, guys, so as far as Future videos. I told you I made a video. I recorded a video of me working out at the gym doing basketball drills. I'll try to get that up. It's no big deal. It's not earth shattering. Just me showing, hey, I'm just checking in. Here's what I'm doing. Age 55. Here's how I'm staying fit. Here's how I'm staying in top shape for basketball. Hangry Guitar Jam. Oh man. Oh, let me try Hangry Guitar Jam. Let me see. This is gonna be a hard one to do with cold fingers. Let me try. Let me just get my hands. All right. Anyone know what that song is? I'm surprised I played it as well as I did without really any warm-up other than strumming a couple E chords. Yeah, I just got a super chat tip there. Hey, Jordan Vegan, how's it going? Hey, you knew the song, K Farm. Yeah, Emerson, Lake and Palmer from the beginning. Yeah, we met Jordan Vegan and his mom last night. We met him at downtown Disney and had some vegan pizzas at the Disney hotel there. Yeah, it was cool to meet Jordan. And finally, I was reflecting. I think Jordan is the first Happy Fam member I officially met. Besides, like, I met Uncle and Tracy. Tracy, our moderators, but yeah, Jordan's our first Happy Fam member that we met, so that was cool. Yeah, he's out here at VidCon, right across the street from Disneyland. So we just met them after his day at VidCon, where he met a bunch of other of his favorite influencers. So he got to meet the cult leader in person. But good to see you, Jordan. Yeah, I was about to get off. I was about to leave right now, so I'm glad I stayed on. I'm glad Vian Moyman asked me to do a hangry guitar jam, so that kept me on another minute or two. And Jordan's here, awesome. So yeah, Jordan's out here visiting, and you're going back home tomorrow morning. So I hope you enjoyed your California stay here. Oh yes, and happy birthday, Jordan. That's why we went out. I mean, not only was he here for VidCon, we went out on his actual birthday. They gave him a cool pin at Disneyland, at the Disney Hotel for dinner. Happy, his birthday pin. So that was cool. Yeah, that was a fun night out. It was cool to meet Jordan and hear about all of Jordan's activism and ideas. I helped him come up with a name for a documentary he's working on, or wants to start on. So I think I gave him a title for that. Hey, good evening, me Comunidad Vegana. I'm about to get going, by the way. Yeah, it was Emerson, Lake and Palmer there. Yeah. Next, I kind of always knew that part over the many years and decades. I want to learn the beginning part. Let's see if I can kind of do it. That's gonna be the next part. I'm gonna try to learn the beginning of the song. That part, I'm gonna learn that part next. So maybe I'll connect all the song, the intro together. You gotta go, Jordan. I know you guys are busy. You guys gotta go to bed, and you guys are leaving early tomorrow. So tell your mom hello from Angie and me. It was a pleasure to hang out with you guys last night and hang out and eat food and ice cream and pizza. We partied. So we'll see you back here next Friday, Jordan. Hopefully you'll be all calm and ready to do a live stream, unless you're going out again or something like that. But we'll see you next Friday, hopefully, Jordan. Let's see, what am I missing here? Not available. Are you talking about the Humane Hancock and Neil deGrasse Tyson thing? I actually got to see that now. But it sounds like Neil is just saying the same nonsense that he's been saying the whole time promoting his book. The vegetable aliens and the house made of wood that vegans are somehow responsible for, or something like that. Just complete nonsense. Lack of understanding what veganism is. But anyway, cool. I'm glad I stayed on for Jordan. But yeah, I'll try to remember to check that out. So I'll get going. I don't know if Sarah's still here, but I want to thank Sarah for suggesting the Hawaiian music for me. I'm going to check that out very soon. Maybe tonight if I get a chance, but I'm going to go have some dinner first because I am starving, guys. So there's my guitar playing to highlight. Awesome. When did Joe and Bodie sleep? They kind of sleep all day and all night. They're very sleepy dudes. Imagine how good I'd be if I actually warmed up a bit on guitar, you know. But I was surprised I was able to play that bit and have as few errors as I did. I had quite a few, but I thought it'd be more. But anyway, guys, cool. I'm glad you like V and Moyman. You never know what I'm gonna play. It could be anything from the Grateful Dead to the Backstreet Boys to some K-pop. You never know. You know, might throw some Cure or Cocteau Twins out. You never know. Pink Floyd's always a possibility. Led Zeppelin. You know, who knows? Some jazz, it's all there. So guys, all right, thanks for being with me on this live stream. So I'll try to edit my gym video. Watch how an old man works out at 55. Do another live stream Friday, and I will probably do another response video of some kind next week. I guess I have to figure out which nonsense person I'm gonna respond to. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being with me here on this live stream. Thank you, Uncle, for moderating and blocking and banning and answering. I mean, just saying cool things the whole night, helping people out. Appreciate it. We got to hook up, Uncle. I was just telling Jordan, I haven't seen Uncle in years. I got to see Uncle. So yeah, you know, and you will live way closer than Jordan does, like in another state. So we got to hook up sometime, Uncle. I mean that. We got to do something. Go out, do something. Come by your house. You said there's a place nearby we can get some vegan sushi. That sounds fun. So let's chat about that, Uncle. Yeah, Angie, I believe. Yeah, she has your text. I don't think I have yours in my phone, but I thought Angie has yours. So we'll hook something up, Uncle. Anyway, guys, wow, Milo, you saw Emerson, Lake, and Palmer at Cal Jam in the 70s, the one here in California, out in that raceway thing. That's cool. I remember that. I remember friends of mine went to, oh no, Cal Jam. That was the early one. That was the one like where Ted Nugent played at and stuff. Huh? Yeah, I get them mixed up. Yeah, I think that was the earlier one. Wow, Milo, that's awesome. Wow, you're around my age, maybe, huh? Maybe even hair older, maybe. But anyway, awesome, guys. All right, Jordan just popped by, babe.
Oh, Thomas said hi.
Yeah, I think he just split too. He just popped in and said hello, and yeah, we said yeah, and we wished him a happy birthday. All right, guys, Angie's waiting for me. We're ready to move on to the next phase of our evening. So everyone get some sleep, get fed if you need to be, and remember, don't suck vegan. See you guys next week. Much love to y'all.